opportunity like this, they're going to have to be physical, they're going to have to win the challenges and try and bully PSG. The kick-off there, the first thing they do is they look for a challenge, they put a back ball in, and they'll look for contact.
There's something tonight that one of the great Arsenal managers of the past have been able to do.
Woo!
Mikel Arteta was a player at Paris Saint-Germain as a teenager, huge night for him. And the first opportunity here for the Gunners through Declan Rice to put some pressure on the European champions. Sitting in there by Gabriel. I think the first part of the set piece worked okay when he made the run.
You and I were speaking last night.
Who have you got winning?
The first thing you would say is, I mentioned the set plays before, there's not a lot
Who have you got winning?
PSG will be able to do when corners are given against them. But I guarantee you, free kicks are as high a line as possible.
So you have some potential. No one comes.
And then keep the centre backs away from the goal.
Oh, you were dressed up.
There's an Arsenal team that beat them in the Champions League this season. Ironically, the last team to beat them in the competition were Paris Saint-Germain in the semis last season. And both teams won their league for the 14th time prior to the final. Here's Vitinha, and they must have been absolutely delighted, Stephen, when Hakimi declared himself fit for the final.
Yeah, he's so important, brings vast experience. Quality player, interesting name from PSG from the goal kick from Safran.
Let me create a goal.
Bayern Munich kicked it out of play. I think that's respect for Saka. So he can really nullify Arsenal's strength on this right hand side.
This is Sean Neves, part of this magnificent central midfield.
Hey everyone, today
The Paris Saint-Germain, a team without weakness in many, many ways. Weaknesses have to be found though by Arsenal in this Champions League final.
The one thing you would see to counter that, of course, down Arsenal in the Champions League so far haven't had any weakness at all. Some great results, but this will, without doubt, be the toughest test you would imagine.
This is Desiree Doué, who was the man of the match in the final last year. He scored a couple and made another one. Playing in his second successive Champions League final at the ripe old age of 20. And a couple of miles through his silly start tonight means he's the second youngest Englishman to start the Champions League final. He Trent Alexander-Arnold with Liverpool back in 2018.
Game is looking good, I can't lie.
Ruiz, Nuno Mendes. How big is the Lewis Skelly call on the Zubi Mendy Stephen in central midfield tonight?
I think it's huge. I think to put your trust in a youngster in a game of this magnitude, of course, it's a big decision. But interesting speaking to Mikel Arteta before the game, saying that he thinks it could be very man-to-man in the middle of the pitch. I think Miles Skelly gives him a bit more length, a bit more energy, get around the pitch a bit more from Zubi Mendy.
It's an opening 4 minutes here, Ali, where Paris Saint-Germain have had the ball and can't get out their own half.
Yeah. Arsenal got a good shape about them. They've got a high press, but the one thing you can't afford to do, you can't afford to defend deep if you have a high press to allow any gaps in front of your defence and deep in front of your midfield. And so far, a bit of stages, but they're doing it really well.
Who's winning the Prem?
And in normal circumstances, you would get a yellow card for that. Daniel Stephen leading there.
Watching it, isn't he?
Damn.
Yeah, whether he thinks it's a free kick or not, you can't be throwing the ball away.
Bro, Arsenal has to win this. If Arsenal win this, bro, this is going to be a double win in one season. Double, not just any type of win, double big win in one season.
Taken down by Kai Havertz, quickly touched by the man who won the Champions League final for Chelsea back in 2021 against Manchester City. He's got a bit of daylight here, Havertz. He's in on goal. It's the first chance of the final.
Oh! Don't fucking play! Don't play! Don't play! 1-0 in 5 minutes. Sorry. 1-0 in 5 minutes. Damn! Don't play! Sorry.
goal scorer, 5 years ago. Rightfully thinks against Paris Saint-Germain. What a start for the Gunners.
Incredible start. They get a little bit fortunate with the break.
Damn, bro. PSG defense is so weak. PSG defense are so weak. Dead ass. They have the worst defense.
Oh, but I love there. Does he come off his arm? Surely not. I'm not giving that. Surely. Away he goes. He's had his little look. And boy, does he lift it into the roof of the net. Goalkeeper probably thinks he's going to go low. Lifts it high. Unstoppable.
I think the power beats the goalkeeper, the accuracy. Keeper goes down very early. We spoke about that prior to the game. Is this Safran?
1-0.
Is he on the level of the rest of this PSG team? I thought the keeper could have stayed bigger there, Harry.
Maybe right, Stephen. Takes it well. What's not up with the bait? What a finish. Lifts it high in the roof of the net. What a start for Arsenal.
Well, the good news for Arsenal is that coming to this match, he's scored in 33 games. For Arsenal, they've won 30 and drawn 3. They've never lost a match like Kai Havertz has scored. If that runs tonight, it's going to be an historic night for them. And 1-0 for the Arsenal, it's got a nice ring to it. 11 1-0 wins in all competitions this season. The big challenge for Paris Saint-Germain.
Bro, we're taking this home.
The goal again, scored by Havertz. What a big moment.
Well,
bro.
Right to the goalkeeper's head, right? Which is almost
1-0 in 5 minutes.
His hands are too low, but at the same time, if he gets him up there, he's doing really well. It's a brilliant finish. I mean, how's that decision looking right now at this moment in time to go half-hours before Gyökeres?
Well, he's scored 7 times this season, 4 of them in the Champions League. This has been his competition, and when you catch
I'm scared PSG will win.
the goal he scored that night to win it was the first goal he'd ever scored in the competition, so he's clearly the man for the big occasion. This is a competition that he loves, and you cannot make a better start in a final than Arsenal just made.
No, I don't want to tempt fate, but I'll throw another one. I think the last 11 teams that have scored close to the year come from the Champions League final have won it.
Well, we build it as irresistible force meets immovable object. If Arsenal's immovable object can stay intact, and there's a lot.
Who's winning? Who's winning? Who's winning? Wait, let me have a look at the poll.
It could be the greatest striking club history, but they've done what they needed to do at the start. But here's a very dangerous play coming forward for PSG. Desiree Doué in towards Dembele. That's a good header there by William Saliba. It opens up a little bit now for Leandro Trossard.
Oh, it's fast. Oh, it's fast, it's fast, it's fast.
He's not played since the first leg of the semi-final against Bayern.
The first thing you see, I think the hamstring looks okay.
Oh, okay. Alright. That was good. No. That was a good defense, Dembele. Come on.
PSG. So the French team are the highest scorers in the competition. Arsenal boast the best defence, and they've got this unbeaten.
That was a good defense.
And overall, it's the 8th meeting between the teams who first played against each other in the Cup of this Cup semi back in '94. They've both got 2 wins apiece. And the 2 victories that PSG have against Arsenal both came in the semi-finals last season. Tomorrow, Australia being turned there by Declan Rice. Arsenal playing with confidence here and with the lead in the early stages.
Offside.
You are not getting 1 second on that ball. I'll tell you, the pace of people closing you down is remarkable.
The PSG captain Marquinhos, and now his central defensive colleague Pacho. Tomorrow, Stadium.
Alright, let's go. 1-0.
This is Doué. Rochelle Mendes. They've had 69% of the ball in the opening 10 minutes here. Paris Saint-Germain, they posed absolutely no threat to this point to the Arsenal goal.
Alvarez.
Goes to a darting run. It was almost slipped in there to Kvaratskhelia. Does nearly break for him. What a challenge for Gabriel. What a challenge.
Brilliant tackle.
Good defense.
Oh, different class. He had to time it perfectly, and he did.
Nah, what a defense.
Swinging to the Arsenal box, Fabian Ruiz can only direct it into the side netting.
It's the wrong option there. I think he's got to head that back across.
We've got to go back 12 years to find the last team who conceded first in the final and went on to win it. That was Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid. And Kai Havertz now the fourth player to score in a European Cup or a Champions League final for two different clubs. And the most recent to do it was Cristiano Ronaldo. Havertz looks really up for it tonight up against Marquinhos. He's using his size over there, Ali.
Certainly didn't mind that.
Okay.
João Neves. Just switch the wingers. We'll just come on to this side for now. They've got Kvaratskhelia here as well. This is Fabian Ruiz.
Out.
Ball through the 6-yard box, but he's not really given the PSG players time to get in there.
No. A little bit similar to the Havertz goal. He looks up, he knows there's nothing in there, he just decides to go for the back post.
That's the second time he's made the wrong decision there. Just needs a bit of a composure, a bit of time, allows teammates to enter the box.
Arsenal, understandably, will take their time with everything now, even at this early stage in the game.
It's interesting that they're not playing out that, not taking any risks, no need, even out of possession. They're really compact. Everyone all in, moving around the pitch. Making it really difficult for PSG.
They're working hard against
they're really strong.
For the foul.
No, I think he's a little bit unlucky there. I think it's good defensive work from the winger.
Valerie
So
came
one
out.
thing that is the same as 20 years ago, the last time that Arsenal played in the Champions League final, they led that night through Sol Campbell. They had the goalkeeper sent off by that point, and went on ultimately to lose to Barcelona. The Atletico goal was the difference that night. They've got to change the course of history. If they can do that, they will be Premier League and Champions League double winners. What an opportunity. It's just in each other's way a wee bit there.
There's communication there, isn't it? You've got to talk to one another.
Something we don't see very often, though. You come back to the final 12 months on, and the 10 Arsenal players start with the premiership. And there again, and there was no doubt that that was going to be the team if everybody was fit.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Marquinhos. Now, the Ballon d'Or winner, Ousmane Dembélé. Fabian Ruiz. Hakimi, who's always high on that side, the right back. Marquinhos slips it in. Hakimi a great
Where's the defense?
defending well on that side.
Just switched off,
Capia.
just switched off down. Steve, for the first minute, you can't do that. I'll tell you something, like Hakimi will get behind you, and he'll do it all evening.
Strange corner, straight to Saka. We didn't deal with it initially. The PSG
Oh,
players
it's all forward. Who's forward?
on the arm. Marquinhos is just asking a question of the referee. Seemed to lose a little bit of concentration there, Saka, as he tried to clear it, but that's good play from Mosquera to dispossess.
Saka has been on Dembele like, bro.
But he was trapped all the way by Hakimi, and snapping off the PSG.
I think that's one thing that I've been noticing now. Both of them have been tackling each other since.
Which allowed Mosquera to get back in defensively and make the challenge.
Let's not beat about the bush here. Arsenal's currency clean sheets. They've had 32 in all competitions this season. 33 makes them European champions. This is what they do best in situations like this.
You're absolutely spot on.
It's a Paris Saint-Germain team that scored 127 goals in all competitions. 5 players into double figures. 3 of them on the pitch at the outset. Dembele, Kvaratskhelia and Doué. So the threat will come. The chances will be generated. But it's this priceless Kai Havertz goal that Arsenal have to give them the lead in the Champions League final. Doué still up here on the left-hand side. Kvaratskhelia out here with him. There's Fabian Ruiz. He just opens a bit of space on the other side for Hakimi. They've also got Dembele out there. They're essentially playing with a very down a central striker.
They've not got a centre forward at the moment.
It's Hakimi in that position right now. Here's Kvaratskhelia, who was trying to flick it back there to Dembele, but it didn't work. But the movement just started to appear for Paris Saint-Germain.
The right idea.
Them rotations, isn't it? Very difficult to defend the interchange so well.
They've had 80% of the ball in the opening 18 minutes.
Haven't really threatened though.
Oh,
You know?
Doué's got 2 here. But Saka was back helping Mosquera. And the Arsenal duo come away with the ball. Show into centre against Havertz. Forward by Nuno Mendes. Lewis Skelly lets it bounce. Gabriel was behind, and then William Saliba. Cool, calm and collected under pressure. If you are looking for an Arsenal omen tonight, a positive one, it might just be the referee. He's officiated in each of the last 2 rounds against Sporting and Atletico Madrid. Arsenal won both games 1-0. When he officiated his only PSG game against Athletic Bilbao in December, it turned out to be the only game they didn't score in. So maybe Daniel Siebert is the lucky charm tonight, Ali McCoy.
You look at those stats. Still a bit equal though.
I think people in North London are clinging to anything right now. It's a good point that Martin made, Stephen. When you look around the arena, so many more Arsenal fans here. I mean, they've been in force ever since we got to Budapest. They've been everywhere.
Yeah, they've been in the ground very early, hour before kick-off in good voice.
There's a lot more Arsenal fan than
Appreciate the team's effort so far.
PSG fans, oh yeah.
They'll get right behind them for tonight as well. They're going to need it, Darren.
Sliced forward by Fabian Ruiz, spinning ball, which Gabriel dealt with. This is the player you feel that PSG have got to get on the ball as much as they can. Kvaratskhelia, arguably at the moment, Ali, maybe the best player in the world.
Yeah, well,
in terms of form.
I probably wouldn't disagree with that. I noticed Saka's doubling up straight away, giving Mosquera a hand, which would be gratefully appreciated, I can tell you that.
Doué. Marquinhos, no Vitinha.
It's amazing. I'm looking in the middle of the box again. Nothing. Fabian Ruiz actually makes a run and they're getting nothing. I know it's a ploy, I know it's a plan, it won't really bother them, but there's not a lot of teams will play like that, I can tell you.
I would make the suggestion as well, Ali, that it's very rare you get to 21 minutes in a match against Paris Saint-Germain and the opposition goalkeeper hasn't made a save to this point. That's how well Arsenal have been organised with the defensive side of their game in the early stages here.
I'll mention it again. The shape has been so far, midway through the first half.
So far.
Secondly, out of possession, which is very
yeah, we got
a
them.
lot of gaps.
All them northern English.
For the PSG boys to play in, which they revel in, which they're very good at. So they're denying them the space at this moment in time.
Just able to keep that in. Time back here for David Raya. Brilliant pressure with the header. Lewis Skelly pushes it down. Marquinhos in there sharply on Trossard. This is Doué. Vitinha. Saliba didn't quite get there. Dembele split and picks out Kamara Stadium. Mosquera for now is going to deal with him on his own. A couple of times he's tried that trick tonight, it's not working.
You can try that when you're 1-0 up.
Yeah. I think it's a lot more difficult though when you look up that and then that 1v1's not there because Saka's there so quick. It's been really selfless so far. There's the high five, appreciating each other, working together.
So the drinks break is taken midway through this first half. And don't forget, we've got the Tour de France exclusively live between the 4th and the 26th of July. It's a sensational summer of sport, really, with us on TNT Sports and HBO Max. Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, which we can't wait for either. We've got over 600 hours of live coverage, all kicks off on the 23rd of July. The Adobe Women's FA Cup final, Brighton Manchester City, is tomorrow from 10:30 in the morning on TNT Sports 1. And ahead of the release of Supergirl in cinemas starring Millie Alcott, now's the perfect time to dip into the DC universe with James Gunn's smash hit Superman, now streaming on HBO Max. Arsenal's Superman is the fellow who scored the first goal tonight, Kai Havertz.
You know, some of these last touches clear the one that is a talking point. Stephen's right, goalkeeper should do better, but you know he takes a brilliant touch after it comes off Trossard to get him 10 yards in his run. Lovely touch, lovely finish.
Yeah. 20 minutes goal, that's crazy.
What's that feeling like, Stevie, when you nick a goal in the Champions League final?
Difficult to put into words, Darren, but that was a hell of a finish. The power, the accuracy. You know, arguably the goalkeeper put their hands down.
I can't. You're gonna get copyrighted. I can't even show the live. It's not possible.
Away from the finish, exquisite.
It's a Champions League game, bro. You can't show the live. You have to watch it on TNT.
You're right, I'm interested to hear a goalkeeper coach opinion on that because it has looked right down by his side rather than maybe waist high ready to go down.
We spoke about it before the kick-off. Mikel Arteta had big choices to make, big decisions to make. The top managers have to make the big decisions in the big moments, and it appears the decisions he's made tonight, particularly Havertz over Gyökeres, is the right one.
I think with 24 minutes gone, he's made a couple of great decisions to be quite honest.
I think more importantly, he's got the structure and the shape and the tactics back on the one he had. And it's not just having that shape and distance. If you've got to go to work, you've got to be honest, you've got to win your duels, you've got to do the dirty work for each other. And so far, so good for Arsenal. They've been superb.
Off goes Miles Lewis Skelly showing tremendous confidence and power to burst through.
Come on.
Captain Erdegaard and now Bukayo Saka. That's not a
that was close. That was close, would have been a goal. Damn.
was a heck of a move from Arsenal and a great ball in from Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, that was tremendous. Starts in the middle of the park, doesn't it?
Whoa, that would have been 2-0.
His Neves, he gets away from Saka, puts a lovely ball into that area. Goalie comes out, gets a hand on it. Then it can go anywhere. It does
That
go
would have been
anywhere.
2-0.
Unfortunate for the Arsenal, it goes to Hakimi.
Keeper does amazing, fair play to him, very brave. You know, diving into bodies there, it's a fantastic cross.
It's a concerned look on the face of Luis Enrique. He's trying to become the 5th manager to win this competition 3 times. And we're putting level with Bob Paisley, Zinedine Zidane and Pep Guardiola. That's Lucas Chevalier, who they signed for a lot of money last summer to replace Gigi Donnarumma and become the #1, but he's lost his place in the team. Hasn't played since the end of January, but you wonder whether he might be needed here after the bang on the head for Safanov.
It's a defender's knee that catches him, isn't it?
Brilliant run from Trossard, Ali. You know yourself, as a coach, you always want your wideys to really attack, you know, the middle or the back of the goal frame. You know, there's nothing more frustrating when you see your winger too far away. That's why Trossard gets double figures and goals.
Correct. He's just trying to get across the face of the defender. Marquinhos there, doesn't he? But you're right, goalkeeper brave does well.
Just going to take a closer look at the back of his head.
Oh, look at Travis Scott. How is Travis Scott supporting PSG? Nah, come on. Travis Scott is sitting out PSG.
He's going to be kicking every ball tonight, isn't he? Arsene Wenger has got Luis Figo alongside him. There's Roberto Martinez, Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, caught Rick Gullet in front of the boys there as well. So who's who in there?
It's quite quick there, that's the goalkeeper. That's trying contested, that's well practiced. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Quite good at that now, 4 girls. Get the touch of that.
I was just looking, thinking you've not got enough hair to do that, then. Well, it's the Arsenal supporters in full voice inside the Puskas Arena.
Nah, it would be very crazy if I actually won the Champions League. Like, fuck. Last week Premier League, this week Champions League. W.
So Safanov, okay, the game back on the way. The King can play the ball out here to his captain, Marquinhos. Easy for Gabriel. That's Martin Odegaard, then Declan Rice. Here's Vitinha. Bruno Mendes to Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. A little bit of acceleration from the left back and a wonderful ball off the outside of the foot.
Wasn't it just?
Off goes Dembele, bearing down on the Arsenal goal. Double cover again on that side. This is Vitinha. Dembele. It's not that ball in, but it's well dealt with in there by Gabriel. Coming together then involving Bruno Mendes, who's gone down and stayed down. He just seemed to land on him. The Arsenal centre back, so they're a man short at the moment, PSG.
Nah, good.
Kimi, Dembele, all of this going on with the Paris Saint-Germain defender still down. It's clipped into the box. This is João Neves. It's good feet from Guy, but it's a great challenge in there from Gabriel. It was just starting to dance, wasn't he, doing?
Yo, thank you for the follow.
Brilliant tackle.
All a bit timing there. That's a couple of challenges the big fella made have been absolutely spot on. I'm a little bit surprised PSG haven't put the ball out, by the way.
Well, he's still down. How's the picture? David Raya's just seeing if he's okay. Seems to be the lower leg. Whether he got a twist when he went over.
There's that challenge there. Brilliant. Got to be timed perfectly there. This will suit Arsenal, you know, the game get broken up, injuries, Safarov staying down, Mendes staying down, just completely knocking the rhythm of the game, or any rhythm at all that the game has. This will be right up Arsenal Street.
Fabian Ruiz in the bit of space. Abdoué, Monch will be flicked out here to Nuno Mendes. Raya came and down with that. A little bit awkward off the foot, but was effective enough. Kamara stay here. Vitinha. Paris Saint-Germain attacking again, but the Arsenal fans are in this first half. Mendes to Fabian Ruiz.
I'm looking at that penalty box again, and João Neves was the only one in the box. I know it gives PSG overloads in wide areas, but at the same time, there's no threat right in the centre of the goal.
Kamara Stadium. Mosquera quickly out to try and defend that situation. Vitinha. Hakimi. Doué. Continuous pass to Hakimi over there, and then Dembele. Stadium's gone out there to the right. This is Dembele on the ball again. Wants to make room and then lift one in. And in the end, he seemed to get caught between two stools, didn't he?
He certainly did. Arsenal so well organised at this moment in time defensively.
Desiree Doué. Small defended over there by Hincapie at the expense of the corner. Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. It's not a bad ball in, it was well defended though in there by Rice for Arsenal. Had to keep his eye on that one.
We're suggesting that ball coming onto the pitch wasn't an accident either.
It's Hakimi, very advanced again. Too sharp in the middle though, Saliba.
The first time Gabriel's get dragged down to a position he didn't want to be, a left back position, but he's made cover for him.
Goes Hakimi, play back here to Pacho. Fabian Ruiz. By Nuno Mendes, but it's sold it short. Declan Rice for Arsenal. And Mosquera. It's a good pass to Bukayo Saka. Well, that's a foul, surely. Clumsy challenge from Nuno Mendes. Didn't need to make it, really.
Oh, that's it.
I think it comes with a bit of frustration. They're not getting the answers in the final third. PSG, Arsenal so diligent on the sides. Everyone defending well for the team. Then the counter-attack comes in, that's just a bit of frustration. A bit of laziness from Mendes, how they just dive in.
Do you know what it is, Stevie? It's actually a great sign for Arsenal. bit of frustration creeping in, even towards the end of the first half. It was a lazy challenge.
So the big men have gone in there. Gabriel, Kai Havertz, Reece Saliba is in there too. The Arsenal fans looking on what they give for a second goal before half-time. Free kick taken by Rice into a good area. They were charging at that. It's going to be given as a foul against Gabriel in the end.
Yeah, it's a shot. I think Havertz, who eventually gets a head on it. I think he gives defender a push, doesn't he?
It's Arsenal leaving the mark again, all that physicality, everyone crashing in, making it really uncomfortable for PSG.
That's no foul. Douay. Now it's Vitinha running forward. Declan Rice got back well. Now Dembele switches in onto his left foot. Brilliant block from Gabriel, and then his partner in crime, Saliba, wins the second ball. He's having a half Gabriel, by the way.
Three fantastic challenges. At times we've seen them barely cut in that left foot of his.
Trossard can't get Douay down. He was trying his best. Well, they can Lewis Skelly. And we had the challenge came back from Martin Odegaard, the Arsenal captain. I think Douay's a bit surprised he didn't get a free kick somewhere.
Well, I thought the first four were free kicks.
That's a great run from William Saliba. Presence of mind to pick out Havertz as well. In went Hakimi for Paris Saint-Germain. In Capia. It's the 15th game against an English team in the Champions League since the start of last season for PSG. Well, they've won 10 of the previous 14, including the last 5 in a row. And they've got a big challenge here tonight against this superbly organised and well-drilled Arsenal team who have taken their opportunity when it came through Havertz inside the opening 6 minutes. And we've seen 2 or 3 fantastic pieces of defending in the first half, Stephen, from Gabriel.
Yeah, we have, big individual moments, last inch, but being in the right position at the right time. PSG's record's fantastic against the English team, but it just looks a bit different from up here. But the organisation, the work rate of Arsenal, they look very stable to me.
Achraf Hakimi. Gets it back again from Shawn Mendes. It's Vitinha. Marquinhos. He's played more games for Paris Saint-Germain than their captain. Hakimi takes on Trossard, gets the cross in, too high for Dembele, flicked away by Mosquera, but only to Kvaratskhelia. Nuno Mendes. It's another header one inside his own box by Gabriel. It's a PSG throw. And just a little bit of a coming together involving those two over there. Havertz on the ground, Hakimi, the Paris Saint-Germain defender.
He doesn't need to get down the goal scorer, does he? Only not bother again. You're not getting down there, are you?
I don't think there's much in it. I think Havertz is trying to be a bit clever there. Let me restart, but
Let me answer one question. You're definitely not getting down there.
So into the final 5 minutes of the first half that see PSG have 73% of the possession, but they haven't yet had a shot on the Arsenal goal that's been on target. Arsenal's lone opportunity in the half, the only chance they've created, was dispatched brilliantly by Kai Havertz. Mendes back to Fabian Ruiz. This is Nuno Mendes. Early ball in. It was the right idea because there wasn't a bit of space between Saliba and Gabriel. And Keane there with an awkward ball straight onto the head of Declan Rice. That you could see what the left back was trying to do there, Alan.
Yeah, it was great, but the thing was, Gabriel dropped back 2 yards to give himself the clearance again. Excellent defending. He doesn't go those 2 yards, he's got a problem.
Kvaratskhelia yet to light up the final tonight. There's Hakimi. That's well defended on that side by Hincapié. William Pacho, Fabian Ruiz. Marquinhos to Hakimi. There's Vitinha. Maybe a little bit more space and time in the box, but João Neves realised there. Here's Kvaratskhelia. From Nuno Mendes, takes on Mosquera. It's the other side of Mosquera, delivers it in, and it's headed wide by Fabian Ruiz, but there just was a bit of concern in there. Maybe for the first time inside the Arsenal 6-yard box as Nuno Mendes did his thing.
Well, it's the first saving he's by Mosquera, ending is by him. You know, you don't think he's doing it, he does gets his body across really well, comes back across, it's Fabian Ruiz, who probably should do better eventually with the header. Comes off and Hincapié there.
Gets a bit lucky at it, doesn't he?
Again, could have gone anywhere, couldn't it?
He gets a bit lucky with that clearance. I think it's a good half chance, that.
Yeah. But you're right, that's the first time they've got in behind anywhere on the pitch. Now he's down in the right back position.
Smashed forward by Marquinhos. Crossway Gabriel. Off the head of Lewis Skellion out for the throw-in. Time there for Gabriel. He might have found Saka with that. Pacho knocked up there. What a touch that was from Doué, by the way.
It certainly was. I thought he gave Gabriel a lot of a nudge here.
Here's Kvaratskhelia. Arsenal getting back into position. Marquinhos. Now Dembele. It's a lovely turn from Dembele, but often that's the finishes from the Ballon d'Or.
He does exceptionally well again. Just to get the half yard going, cross out. He wasn't too bad either, was he? Getting a cheer from the Arsenal fans. Getting a cheer up here as well, to be quite honest.
I'll tell you what, Henry might be getting a cheer. He's getting a statue if they win this tonight. Arteta.
He's getting a statue. Has to.
Kvaratskhelia to Fabian Ruiz. Excellent from Declan Rice.
Brilliant. Just short. A yard short with a pass, Fabian Ruiz, but Declan Rice, exceptional.
Declan Rice.
It's going to be 6 minutes added on here.
6 minutes is great.
6 has been the magic number so far tonight. 6 minutes, Arsenal went one.
6 minutes is great. But that's what we want. That's what we want. Like dead ass. We dead ass need our 6 minutes.
I mean, the big challenge here, Stephen, for the Arsenal defenders, as good as they've been, You've got to keep your concentration permanently here against this team because it takes one lapse, one split second, and they've got players that can open you up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and listen to the champions of Europe for a reason, Darren. They've got world-class players all over the pitch and they won't go away. They've got a manager that's minutes away from probably giving them a team talk to try and give them different answers in the final third, but from an Arsenal point of view, you've got to be diligent right till the end.
Kvaratskhelia, who's done very little so far in this Champions League final, is Vitinha.
You taking that shit home?
João Neves, Ousmane Dembele, foot in from Lewis Skelly. And then Gabriel involved again. They've got such a desire, Ali, to get to the ball, haven't they?
6 minutes added.
Yeah, they've been excellent. But again, timings of the tackles are so important. They've got to be absolutely spot on.
Zero Doué. Marquinhos. Vitinha. Doué with a shot. It's just opened up for him a little bit, didn't it?
It did, but that's what Arsenal wants. Shots from distance. You know, Arsenal have been superb in the critical moments when they get closer inside the box. I think David Raya will be delighted with 25-yard efforts, especially with on the weak foot.
Yeah, spot on there. We saw that challenge in Capri again, and it was a good one on Neves. Had to be. I mentioned the timing again, spot on.
On the subject of David Raya, 67 clean sheets over the last 3 seasons for Arsenal, which is a quite phenomenal record when you think about it. He's been as important as anybody in this. It's turning into a wonderful season for Arsenal. There's the hero, Havertz, supported by Mostera. Saka lets it run, Havertz in behind. Big moment this! Really good challenge. That's a captain's challenge for Paris Saint-Germain.
That was close, you know.
Move of the game. Really is. He starts it and nearly finishes it. Saka involved.
That was close.
Look forward to seeing that again. I'm wondering, could he have hit it a split second earlier? It's a great challenge, but could he have prevented the defender getting across to make the challenge?
Halfway through the additional 6 minutes. There's Kvaratskhelia. Saka's not too far away. Vitinha. Dembele puts it through here towards Hakimi. The last touch was a Trossard touch. That's a PSG corner.
He just switches off again. He does well to get back and make the challenge. But if the ball had gone a split second earlier, he was in trouble.
So Dembele not to take the corner. Nowhere near the PSG players who are in the middle. Vitinha. And Fabian Ruiz. It's only really Marquinhos in the middle. He's just spilled that, Raya.
Bro, be careful.
I think it's the centre half that goes down, Marquinhos. I think he's probably lucky he does. You didn't see him in front, he's got a challenge with Gabriel.
Tell you what, he's had a go there, coach.
Yeah. Don't want too many of them coming off your goalkeeper.
So what does Mikel Arteta's half-time team talk look like with the game as it stands at the moment, Stephen?
I think he'll be saying to his team from a defensive point of view very much the same. He'll praise them. They've been absolutely outstanding defensively and out of possession. He'll be reminding them that, as you said in the commentary, about staying focused, being diligent all the way to the end, and to keep throwing punches themselves, you know, in transition and counter-attacks. They've gone in a couple of times, they've scored one. You know, Marquinhos has had to make a last-ditch tackle, so keep throwing punches yourself. And also be ready for some changes, because if it's like this after 60 minutes, Ali will tell you, you need to try and change the game from the side.
It's got the likes of Bradley Barker, Gonzalo Ramos, Warren Zaire, Emery players who can come on and impact the game in an attacking sense. It's a huge 15 minutes coming up From Luis Enrique's perspective, because he's going to try and ignite this Paris Saint-Germain team who've been completely stuffed out by Arsenal in this first half. And they've got a set piece to defend here, a Declan Rice long throw-in. With what's short of
this
the
last
last
one.
attack of the half. What a time this would be for Arsenal to get a second. In from Rice, Safanov stayed.
This is the last one.
Someone away, and that's going to be a corner. That's going to be a corner. Right on the stroke of half time, and there are one or two celebrations from the Arsenal players that they've got a corner right on the stroke of half time. I've not seen that very often, Christian.
No, he's done well, Havertz, hasn't he? He's been put himself about, Stephen.
I think it's body language as well, celebrating that you've achieved the corner, knowing how good you are at corners.
Well, they've scored 27 goals from corners. But they're not going to get time to take it. He's blown the half-time whistle before Saka can take the corner.
Are you serious?
Well, you don't see that very often. So the booze from the Arsenal supporters were dead.
Nah, come on now. You'd have allowed us to play it.
Fantastic first half for
You'd
Arsenal.
have allowed us to play it. Come on.
Havertz after 6 minutes, he got in behind.
That's not fair, you know.
Which a finish past Safanov. 3 brilliant challenges from Gabriel inside his own box when they really needed it. We're yet to see the best of Paris Saint-Germain, but that's an outstanding 51 minutes for Arsenal in the Champions League final. Half-time, Paris Saint-Germain 0, Arsenal 1.
This program is brought to you by Follow Scores, UEFA Champions League official partner.
That's crazy.
Brace yourself for a season to shout about. Because on HBO Max, summer just got bigger. When elite sport meets blockbuster entertainment, you just love your seat. You know, all the drama, all the big names in one place. Summer will never be the same again.
Una share, por favor.
I'd rather call in sick too, eh?
Why is everyone so horribly chipper today?
It's Irish holiday. Nationwide is giving over 4 million members £100 each. Again.
Sanitize me.
We're giving £100 for over 4 million of our members through our fairer share payment. Nationwide, a good way to bank.
Scary final, huh?
This is going to be absolute cinema.
Just like the return of Scary Movie in theaters June. There's a serial killer on the loose.
I'm gonna wipe that smile off your face.
Sink into the chair.
That was fun.
Scary movie. Listen up, we ain't here to play games. At Netflix, we're looking for proper characters. A bit of chaos.
Not again.
I like a bit of chaos. The unconventional.
Oh, big chicken leg strong.
That's better.
Mama.
He sees the good in everything. I see the truth.
Bring the energy.
The delivery? Where is?
Oh, nice me.
Wait, someone say fries? I'm in.
There's nothing quite like a hot delivery. You in? Football starts in a balance. 11 against 11. 45 each way. But all things being equal, what's the difference?
My client's been more than fair. Not a chance.
Roger Bannister wins in 3 minutes 58.8 seconds, just outside the world record.
Running down the wing, here comes the cross.
This programme is brought to you by Heineken, UEFA Champions League, official partner.
Welcome back to huge UFC events kicking off on Sunday the 14th of June and Saturday the 11th of July. Conor McGregor returns to the octagon at UFC 329 with Paddy Pimblett featuring in the co-main event. Meanwhile, back here in Budapest, Arsenal against PSG, and it's the Gunners that are 1-0 up. Kai Havertz got the nod from Mikel Arteta in the starting lineup, and it took him 6 minutes to prove he was the right choice. How did he do it, Jack?
Yeah, he did. And if you watch here, Arsenal look to play a little bit, and you can see how aggressive PSG want to be. The pass is not great from Dek. Kai's in that awkward position for a centre-back. You can see the centre-back straight down. He's disconnected from his line. Kai does magnificent. His touch is excellent. And then he runs off the back of him. And yeah, they get a little bit of luck, but then the rest is about Kai and his quality. He made his decision early. He took that extra touch. He delayed to try and wait for the goal. And the finish is outstanding. And there you go, you can see, you can ask Martin, that position for a centre-back is really, really awkward, especially once he does so well to clean it, and now he runs off his back. And yeah, an outstanding finish and a top start for Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the touch and everything for him, and the composure when he's running through. He's got players around him. He picks his spot. There isn't a goalkeeper on the planet who's stopping that one. A fantastic start for Arsenal.
The tactical battle between these two teams was always going to be interesting today. Arsenal seem to have got it spot on with their shape.
Yeah, they've had 76% possession, only one shot on goal. It's been down to that shape. They've been happy to sit quite deep, sort of 4-4-2 shape that they're in. They've been really strong on the sides, doubling up. Coutinho has got nowhere to go. He's got, we know what a great passer he is, but everything's locked up. They haven't been able to get through. And then Mosquera, who's been absolutely magnificent again. Look what he does here, look. Ruiz there, just goes nice and tight, so they're going to lock in and win it, and then they're away. That's what they do, that's the development. Being in a good shape, but they're just unlucky and not to end up with
it. It comes from them being so compact, and eventually when even if you're in a mid-block, when you get into a high pressure, you're going to be immature, and Arsenal are doing it really well on the sides, and yeah, if they can clean up their moments there, you see that pass from Martin, you can get some opportunities like that.
Okay, so far Mikel Arteta's plan has been executed perfectly out here. Kai Havertz with such a classy finish, 1-0 up after 6 minutes. The 47th time this season Arsenal have gone 1-0 up. They've only lost one of those previous 46 games. The Gunners have one hand on the trophy.
This programme is brought to you by Follow Schools, UEFA Champions League, official partner.
TNT Sports.
half time, bro.
New Balance, what we got now?
Yeah, that's good question. Okay. What is your worst fear? I know what it is.
Dad, did you get my paintings? Pink? Brown teeth? That's square. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Crunchy. Good mommy. You're smooth. And I've got almond butter for daddy. And even put some grass-fed cereal on.
Don't change the subject, Dad. What about my peanut? Strawberry.
Oh!
Find everything they really value at the prices you do. Lidl, more to value. Get package holidays from £289 per person and flights from £37 one way. EasyJet, get out there.
Good. Well brushed. That's impressive. There's no problem. Oh, but good teeth. You can stay up there. I'll come up. Red Bull gives you wings.
Happening again. This is madness. And it's yours, Paul. It's time to let it pour.
What did you steal?
Secrets. They are starved for the truth.
This is disclosure day. This programme is brought to you by Heineken, UEFA Champions League, official partner.
Welcome back. It's 1-0 to Arsenal at the moment against PSG in the Champions League final. Our sensational summer of sport includes the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow too, with every medal exclusively live on TNT Sports and HBO Max. It all kicks off on the 23rd of July. Right, so while we're clearing things up in this game, there was a suggestion that this might be a handball in the 16th minute. Your thoughts, guys?
I mean, the referee's got a fantastic view of this. We're looking at it full speed there. I mean, we have seen penalties given though this season in the Champions League particularly, but maybe less than that.
You don't want to see them given.
I don't
Not
think
that
so.
way for me.
Not in the spirit of it. He just throws an arm at it.
The rules ultimately are to, if a player deliberately touches the ball with their hand or arm, for example, moving a hand or arm towards the ball, or if it touches the ball with their hand or arm when it has made their body unnaturally bigger. So those are the thoughts of the two guests alongside me. Darren Fletcher in commentary. I'm very interested to find out what Ali McCoy and Stephen Gerrard think of it too.
Ooh, alright, let's go.
So let's ask them. Coisty, any thoughts about might be a penalty?
No, not for me. I mean, I think it's accidental. I don't think there's any advantage at all. He's not seeking any advantage. I don't think Father Sergio really would have got any advantage. I don't think we want to see penalties for that. Just my opinion.
Stephen?
And even from a bias of a Budley, I don't think that's a pen. I don't want to see pens given for that.
I think we described that as total agreement then amongst the group. So here come the Arsenal players. The Paris Saint-Germain team have been out there for a while. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall, Coisty, listening to Luis Enrique at half-time.
Yeah, they've effectively been nullified by Arsenal's tactics. Scored a great goal early on. And they mentioned about the shape. They haven't sat back. That's the one thing you'd say, and I don't think they're fortunate Mikel Arteta will say that, I want you to defend the exact same manner, but you have to go forward. And the secret is, I mentioned again, there hasn't been any gaps between the front three and the back line defensively. There's no little pockets for PSG to play in. They've been really solid.
So Martin Odegaard leads them out for the second half. He might be 45 minutes away from lifting the biggest trophy in club football. It's the 47th time, by the way, this season that Arsenal have gone 1-0 ahead in a match. And they've lost just one of the previous 46. They won 41 and drew 4. The only time they lost was the 3-2 defeat to Manchester United in January. So they've been in this situation a lot. They tend to come out the other side unscathed. João Neves is just having a conversation just down the picture with the referee, maybe about that Saka handball in the first half. But there have been no changes. We didn't expect any Arsenal changes, but at this stage, Stephen, no changes either from PSG. I think Luis Enrique will be asking for more variety. I think it's getting to speed the tempo, more questions there. Come back for you. Drop in area. You get your 1v1 good area. More quality from distance. So not to put too fine a point on it, this is one of the biggest 45-minute periods in the history of Arsenal Football Club. At the moment, they're winning the Champions League, but here come PSG with Doué and Kvaratskhelia dancing through for the first time in the second half. It's in by Fabian Ruiz, and he's been an absolute rock so far tonight, Gabriel.
What happens with great centre-backs, guys, and you know better than me, Stephen. They attract the ball.
Alright, let's continue the game.
The right place, the right time.
Let's lock in, for real.
Marked it in both boxes.
Let's lock in.
What do you call them? Arsenal need one big effort. That's the first card tonight. Delaying the restart for Montero. Now that's a concern because he's up against Kvaratskhelia on a yellow card which he didn't need to get.
Yeah, it's a silly yellow card, but I think it's a bit harsh.
Yeah. It's an Arsenal team that need one more big effort. 63rd game in all competitions tonight, the most of any team in Europe's top 5 leagues. The most they've played in a single season for 46 years when they ended up playing 70, which remains the club record. They've got a great squad, they've got a deep squad, and everybody's played their part. Now it's about seeing the job through here in the Puskas Arena in Budapest. Saliba fouled by Doué. This is Leandro Trossard, supported here by Declan Rice. Into the PSG box it goes, headed away by the captain Marquinhos. Rice can then cushion it down to Trossard. It's the first ever major final, by the way, tonight between a French club and an English club, and just the fourth in this competition between teams from 2 different capital cities as well, which might surprise you. First time it's ever been held in Budapest. And I must say, the city's been magnificent all week. It's been the perfect setting for this match.
Here.
Kvaratskhelia for PSG, working hard was Odegaard, the Arsenal captain. Being harassed by Hichapia, who wasn't going to give him any opportunity to turn.
Alright, let's lock in. Damn, I can't believe we have some people voting for PSG. That's crazy. Having people voting for PSG is crazy. Like, whoever that voted for PSG, you're crazy.
That's no foul on Havertz by Pacho, so PSG can come again with Fabio.
I'm just afraid that this game might be like 2-1.
Declan Rice with work to do. 2-way with the cross, it's far too deep for everybody, and swings behind for an Arsenal goal kick.
Just get in slightly again on that right hand side, didn't they? Just barely get his body in between the ball and the defender. But again, no serious threat on the goal.
Launched up towards Bukayo Saka, he's offside.
Interesting, Dembele's just peeling out to this right side. He doesn't really want to play as a 9. Doué's playing a little bit more central now.
Arsenal have substitutes warming up, but maybe surprisingly at the moment, none of the PSG replacements are out there. They're all sat on the bench. Vitinha, Tavares. That's good defending by Hincapie, who's not put a foot wrong really in left back tonight. Hakimi. Oh, they'll get the free kick, Paris Saint-Germain, but it looks soft to me, that.
And just puts his body in between the ball and the defender.
Fabio Ruiz. Ousmane Dembele. Straight to Leandro Trossard, and applause down there from Mikel Arteta, who must be so proud of his players to this point, Ali.
Oh yeah, but his game plan has been executed so far to perfection. He's given a foul throw.
He has.
You don't normally see that at boys level.
It's not a bad header from Safanov, you know.
Only 80 yards.
The flick from Havertz only finds Marquinhos. I must say though, not a great deal has changed from first half to second half, despite whatever instructions and encouragement Enrique would have given at half time. It's still Arsenal with a nice shape and defending stoutly.
Why did he catch it? Nah, him catching it was kind of weird, I can't lie.
Kvaratskhelia Stadium. Doubled up on him brilliantly over there, haven't they, Saka and Moscow?
All areas of the pitch, particularly in the full-back position, yes.
Here's Dembele to go at Hincapie. Shawn Neves just found himself a bit of room, but then he couldn't pick out the right pass to Nuno Mendes. Doué looking to win it back. In went Saka. And he followed through there on Doué. I think they're just asking the question how high the challenge is. It's a yellow card.
On who?
It's a painful one for Desiree Doué.
My man gave Saka a yellow card. That was not his fault,
I think
though.
he gets over it, his natural momentum takes him over it, does it?
How was that his fault? He slid in into him.
I think he's a little more unlucky, to be honest.
That's not fair, though.
I don't think that's a foul in the Premier League. I just think as soon as
It's
you
not.
show your studs in Europe, the referees can't wait to blow up. Harsh on Arsenal.
That's not fair.
Now, listen, Ricky's getting soft warming up now, hasn't he? Yeah, I'm a bit surprised not seeing him out.
Bradley Barcola is one of them. Warren Zaire Emery down there as well. Long way out this. Nuno Mendes, Ashraf Hakimi over the ball. Hakimi hits it. Just
Thank
hits
God.
it up to David Raya, which can sometimes make it awkward, but he held on to it well.
He certainly did. He had to with him barely moving in.
Well, it's just trying to use his body. Not very happy there was nothing untoward.
I'm
See, I
glad.
don't mind that from Havertz again. I really don't mind it.
This is rare space on that side for Kabara Stadium. Arsenal quickly get a double cover on his Douay. Marquinhos, João Neves, Hakimi, everybody back in this solid defensive, unbreakable shape for Arsenal. Douay. Australia finally Mendes didn't track back from the Portuguese. Can't recall a time, Ali, where they've looked so out of sync in the final third PSG, which is directly down to Arsenal, I know, but
Yeah.
it's just so out of character for them.
It is. It's a major surprise, but a pleasant one.
Kamara Australia to take on Bukayo Saka, get to the byline, deliver the cross. Too high for everybody again. The crossing's not been great at all, has it, from a PSG perspective? Hakimi's running back.
That was a foul.
Here's Fabian Ruiz. That's a great recovery though from Trossard to get back in the right position to win it back for Arsenal. Pasha got a back from
Are you serious?
Arsenal fans unhappy.
They just made it.
Are you serious?
The one thing I would say, I nearly said it looks as though they're running out of ideas.
The other guy did us back there. You didn't say anything. Now this one, now you say something.
Never mind run out of them. There's no touch from Havertz there on the way through.
She's pissing me off.
Just picking up on your point, Ali, there's also not been that moment of individual brilliance from a Douay or a Kamara Scalia to just change the balance of things out there. The Arsenal defenders have won their individual battles, the duels that Stephen spoke about earlier, brilliantly all night, haven't they?
100%. They've defended as a gang as well in numbers.
Every tick of the clock is a positive one for Arsenal. They've safely navigated 13 minutes of the second half without any untoward concern.
Now, all odds are against us. Don't
The free kick's going to go again.
have blue too.
Nuno Mendes.
Well, the one thing I would say when I know we're going, it might be the best I've seen Saka defensively.
Yeah, I think he gets a lot of credit going the other way. His crossing, his 1v1, his combination play, his goal scoring ability, but he's been absolutely immense out of possession today. Very selfless, job for the team.
Great noise coming from the Arsenal supporters who are behind Safanov's goal inside the Puskas Arena, which is in large parts red and white. And at the moment, the Gunners fans in celebratory mood. There's still work to do. Half an hour of the Champions League final still left to play. Now the early Kai Havertz goal still the difference between these two teams. So Dembele, brilliant foot defending from Nkapia again. In goes Declan Rice, fantastic from him. Sloan Evans, then it was Bukayo Saka.
Nah, don't blow. No.
Brilliant.
Yeah, you know something? I think it actually was a foul, but that's taking nothing away from the work rate. First from Rice and then from Saka to come across. Yeah, he just comes across, uses his body.
Going forward by Marquinhos, that's a good ball to do it. Nkapia's got to get back. Important defending done in there by Arsenal once more. That was a rare bit of space on this side though for Doué. And Sloan Evans, on he goes to Kvaratskhelia, up against Mosquera, brilliant defending from him. Corner to Paris Saint-Germain.
He's defended well. I know I must admit, I thought Timber was fit, he played, clearly wasn't. Still a long way to go, half an hour, but defensively have been really sound.
The scars of battle, in goes the corner. David Raya with a punch. Desiree Doué. Australia to Dembele, then back in, he's gone over, he's given a penalty! He's given a penalty! It's the first mistake all night from Mosquera, just on the wrong side. The interesting aspect now is if he shows him a second yellow card for the foul as well.
Well,
I mean, that could be a double whammy here.
we'll discuss that if I win at half time. I will say to you, it's a tremendous give and go. I mean, it's 1-2's goal. It's as sharp as attack. I mean, Mosquera's he's a little bit unlucky. He does react. Watch this for pace. Away he goes. And do you know what he does? He's really, really clever because he puts his body in front, knowing that if there's a challenge from behind there, he's going to get the free kick.
That has to be a free kick. It's not a pen. That's not a pen.
Video assistant referee.
Catches his right leg, I think. We'll get another look at him. I think he catches his right calf.
If he comes through the back of him, he kicks his
No, that's not pen. That's not pen.
You're asked at half time why there probably hasn't been any changes at half time, Dan, because his best players are on the pitch and he knows that they're capable of, lifting the tempo, lifting the quality. And there's the little bit of magic moment you spoke about just earlier, and it's come from Kvaratskhelia. The speed, the thought, the combination play, Ali's bang on the money.
Bro, that's not pen.
It's only the second time over the course of the game they've got him down the side, and it's been on Mosquera's side.
Let me just make the point, the penalty hasn't been confirmed yet. It has been now.
Do you know something? I looked at Kvaratskhelia and he was convinced, lads, and I thought right away, you know what it's like, normally the player knows. I didn't think he had any doubt.
He's just clever, he just gets his body and his legs in between the opponent and the ball, knowing that the momentum of the defender's got to go through him. It's brilliant play, Darren.
It's an opportunity now for Paris Saint-Germain, the European champions, to drag themselves back into this Champions League final. And the penalty will be taken at the end where the Paris Saint-Germain supporters are behind David Raya's goal. It's not a foregone conclusion this. Paris Saint-Germain were given 5 penalties on their way to the final, but they missed 3 of them. So they've not been automatic from the spot in the Champions League by any stretch of the imagination. And in David Raya, you've got one of the best in the business. So the ball, with the Paris Saint-Germain fans looking on, has been handed to Ousmane Dembele.
Bro! Nah, this is a crucial moment.
What a big moment in the Champions League final.
This right here is a crucial moment.
Brilliant penalty. Absolutely nothing Ryan can do. The flags go off behind the goal. Arsenal's lead is gone. And the European champions are back in it. Paris Saint-Germain won. Arsenal won.
That's not fair.
Any doubt, was it? You tell the run up.
That's not fair.
The goalkeeper the wrong way. Absolutely no chance of goalkeeper. You've got to have a great degree of sympathy for Arsenal at this moment in time because they have defended exceptionally well for an hour. But you switch off for a split second, penalty's perfect.
Interesting, Timbers getting warmed up, so they've noticed that, you know, PSG is starting to get a bit of success down that right side, so I think it's important now to get fresh legs there, fresh energy.
So Timber ready, Victor Gyökeres is ready as well. So Mosquera, having given away the penalty, is replaced by Yuri and Timber. And we're going to see Victor Gyökeres as well.
Really tough moment for him getting substituted after the penalty. He hasn't done much wrong. He's kept arguably the best player, the best winger in the world, quiet for the majority of the game.
I think you're right, Stephen. From the forward's point of view, unbelievably clever. He plays it really, really quickly and then concentrates and getting his body between the ball and the player and knows inevitably it might get a penalty, you know.
Gyökeres is coming on for the Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard, which you presume will mean that Havertz will just drop in and play as a number 10. The fact that PSG have scored tonight means they've scored 45 goals in the Champions League this season, which equals Barcelona's single season record that they set in the season 99-2000, and ironically Luis Enrique scored 6 for them in that season, so they have been this goal scoring machine. It's 128 now that they've got in all competitions, and the man who won the Ballon d'Or last season, Dembele, deadly from the spot. That was unorthodox to say the least from Nuno Mendes.
I think from Arsenal as well as that kick-off again where they just booted it in the air.
On it goes to Kai Havertz, clear away. It's going to be fascinating now the next 10 or 15 minutes to see how the balance of the match has been affected by the PSG equaliser. There's 24 minutes to play.
I think it's important Arsenal don't panic here. They've been terrific. They don't all of a sudden have to go gung-ho and chase and have a really high line because PSG is so dangerous at exploiting that. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I'll tell you what's a mad statistic, Harry. Dembele scored 55 goals over the past 2 seasons and he scored 43 of them after Christmas. It's hopeless before he opens his presents. He scored a gigantic goal for them for the penalty spot tonight to get them back in it after that misjudgment from Mosquera on Kvaratskhelia. Now the offside flag up here against Arsenal.
You can look at it another way, you know, lads, as well. Because I think prior to this game kicked off, if somebody said to the Arsenal supporters and Mikel Arteta it had been a draw with 20 minutes to go, I think they might just have taken it, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's why I'm saying there's no need to panic and all of a sudden change everything that's been going so well. Stay organised, keep your shape. Difficult to play against, defend diligently, and your moments will come.
Doué plays it on, gets it back again from Fabian Ruiz. It's a really big 10 minutes or so for Arsenal now, you know. Here's Hakimi. That's a corner off Hincapié. I can't believe the number of police officers that are behind David Raya's goal. I'm not quite sure what they're expecting him now.
Tell you what, whatever they're expecting, they look up for it. They look ready for it.
Dembele goes short to Doué. Hakimi, Dembele. It's another poor cross It's been a feature of their play tonight, I think.
Most of the deliveries have gone to the back post. That one was too much on it again.
Well, the iconic Masters football returns to London's Wembley Arena tomorrow with a star-studded lineup of legendary names that represented Liverpool, Chelsea, Ajax and Real Madrid. Exclusive live coverage starts at 6:30 on TNT Sports 2 and HBO Max as well. Critical penalty from Dembele. 186 live games, by the way, the Champions League next season on TNT Sports, the Conference League and the Europa League as well. Every match live on TNT Sports as well. 52 live Premier League games as well, and comprehensive coverage of the men's and women's FA Cup. Also, the Emmy award-winning House of Dragons returns for season 3 on the 22nd of June on HBO Max, which is also the place to catch up with seasons 1 and 2, plus Game of Thrones and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Trossard being patched up, the players taking on board some fluids. What do you think Arteta's saying to the Arsenal players down there? Because they've been so good up to the Mosquera penalty dispatched by Dembele. What's he reinforcing down there with the players?
Stay calm, we're doing great. As Ali said, you know, before the ball's kicked and you're in the game after 70 minutes against the champions of Europe, this is where we want to be. But it's important that they don't change and lose that shape and them distances and what they've been doing so well in the first 3 quarters of the game.
Spot on. I mean, they've been brilliant for 3 quarters of the game. They really have. No need at all to panic.
Something that is a concern for the rest, based on average age in the Champions League this season. This Paris Saint-Germain group is the 3rd youngest in the competition, so they're going to be around for a while. This is anybody's final now. Here's Leandro Trossard for Arsenal. Straight at João Neves, picked up now by Vitinha. It's a lovely ball out there to do it.
Wasn't it just outside the left foot? I mean, he's done better. I thought it was stopping his feet, Steve, and he just managed to scoop it out. Beautiful pass.
He's got all the clubs, hasn't he? Lovely shape on it.
He's got all the clubs, Ali and I have been to them all.
I meant golf clubs, Dan.
Okay. That's a very good pass by Ryan. Straight to Hakimi. On it goes down to Dembele. Gabriel's come across. Got his body in a really good position against the Brazilian defender.
Do you know what? I've been really disappointed with Dembele.
I can't stop laughing. I think I only had a 7 iron in my bag when I played.
I see more than that. I think the Rangers fans would disagree with that. Just getting back to Dembele, I think outside of the penalty for a Ballon d'Or player, this is his stage. He's been very quiet.
He has been.
William Pacho's header. João Neves. Doué. Now Fabian Ruiz. Into the final 17.5 minutes. Kavicha Kvaratskhelia. First of the test out there for the substitute Timber. Coutinho's going to hit this one off the outside of his foot. That was dipping at the end, caught the top of the net.
Yeah. Just dips a little bit too late for him, but goalkeeper's got it covered, hasn't he? Pretty comfortable for him. It's a little bit concerning though, the last 10-15 minutes there seems to be a domination from PSG, which wasn't there in the first half. Arsenal were breaking forward. Haven't seen it as much now.
To play the kind of game that Arsenal are playing, Stephen, how taxing is that mentally and physically? The amount of defending they're having to do.
Well, listen, we've seen the work rate to a man.
Here's an opportunity to Havertz against the other side of Pacho, and he plays it under towards Saka. Saka off out there quickly, but there's the Arsenal threat. Kai Havertz involved again.
I'm wondering whether that's the manager's information from the cooling break, you know, making the change with Joe players up front. You know, we're going to be a bit more bold from this moment. Because they look as if they're a little bit more on the front foot now, that the back line's higher, there's more spaces for PSG.
Yeah, where's Hakimi? That's going to continue to get forward down this right-hand side. Now Doué. feature Kvaratskhelia. Hasn't played for 3 months. Yuri Timber was having a fine season before the injury. Great noise now coming from the Parisians behind David Raya's goal. Hakimi. It's good again from Hincapié. Trossard spins away from Marquinhos and tries to find space for Arsenal. Tracked all the way by João Neves. Now Miles Lewis-Skelly. Trossard is fouled there by Dua. So 15 minutes to go. We've not had a final go to extra time since 2016 when Real Madrid beat Atletico Madrid on penalties 16 times before in the history of the competition, be it European Cup or Champions League. We've needed the additional half an hour. Bukayo Saka. Kai Havertz. Raya long towards Victor Gyökeres. Marquinhos was up early but didn't get a touch on it. William Pacho puts it out for the throw-in. Trossard. Gyökeres. Trossard snaps that little ball into the box. It's away by Pacho, only back to Trossard once more. Hincapié. Now Timber. Saka. Good block right over there by Kvaratskhelia. Lewis-Skelly heads it on, flicked a bit further by Rice. There's the chance for Timber running in. Great defending by Pacho. Arsenal's turn to press. Saka, they got that over here.
Oh.
Tracking back from João Neves.
It's brilliant from Rice initially again.
What about that?
Oh, fuck's sake.
Just nick it away from Saliba. Arsenal might be in trouble. Kvaratskhelia on the move. Still going, Kvaratskhelia! And it deflects, and it hits the post and spins behind.
It's incredible. I mean, brilliant defender to get back across. Saliba chased him, can't get anywhere near him, takes it away from the defender onto his left foot so he's got a clear finish. Is it Lewis-Skelly that comes across, gets a block, could go anywhere. This is a touch, that one there. Oh, lovely. I don't really know what Saliba's going, to be honest with you, but Kvaratskhelia is not hanging about. Oh yeah, I mean the defender does really well. You can argue he's a little bit fortunate, but he deserves it.
So the pressure remains on Arsenal. Dua whips in the cross. And that's going to be another corner. I must say, by the end of the run, he was running through treacle, Kvaratskhelia. He completely lost all speed by the end of it. He looks tired out there at the moment.
Yeah, I think it was the pressure from Saliba as well. Yeah, breathing down his neck just gives him a little nudge.
He's been in such fine form, Kvaratskhelia. 12 goals in his last 14 games for club and country. Here goes the corner. They've been hopeless, some of the crosses from PSG.
I'm going to say something. Do you know what Arsenal need right now? Something they've not had all night. A corner. I'm telling you, it's amazing. We're talking about set plays, what a threat they'll be, and they could be, and they've not had a corner. The one they never got taken in the first half, I believe, was the only one they've had. What they do for one now?
This Kai Havertz, nice encounter Rice. That's a nice turn from him. On it goes to Saka. The two England men combining.
Oh, come on, man.
PSG, it's their turn to show the Arsenal tendencies and get to the ball quickly inside their own box. Here's Dua. Looking to run away from Lewis-Skelly. Great determination from the Arsenal teenager. Fantastic.
I'll tell you what, it had to be and it was. He just gets dallying on the ball. That's a nice touch between the two of them there. He just gets caught in possession, but boy does he do well to win the situation back.
What a battle. What a battle, great to see. I think what you'll start seeing now creeping into the game is people getting cramped, people getting tired. This is where this game taxes you.
Well, there's another change coming for Arsenal. Madueke is ready. I think they've just called Eza back. Martinelli's going to come on.
Arsenal certainly show more ambition than in the last 5-10 minutes. It's more end-to-end now, this game.
So, it's an opportunity that Pacho didn't deal with initially. Nuno Mendes was then able to clear it. It's opening up now, though, isn't it? Space appearing everywhere.
You're right. It's not half opened up.
So 2 Arsenal changes coming. Gabriel Martinelli and Noni Madueke. With 10 minutes to go in the Champions League final. 1-1 in Budapest. Havertz early, Dembele from the spot. Anybody's final from this point.
Completely different to the final we watched last year, that's for sure.
Vitinha. Marquinhos to Hakimi. Fabian Ruiz, the Arsenal substitutes, are waiting down there. Doué to Kvaratskhelia and Vitinha. This is Dembele. Kvaratskhelia declined through. Can't touch him in there, and he tried to flick it towards Nuno Mendes, but Arsenal come away with it. All the
Pass, you can't do it.
Back into the team, but now there's space over there for Doué.
You're moving too fast.
Go and Saliba. Saliba did well. They'll get the corner of PSG.
Fucking hell.
This is where mistakes keep in. Tired legs, tired minds.
Different looks on Parisian faces since the penalty. So let's see whether Dembele can get the delivery right this time. On the corner. Marquinhos on the move in the middle. And it was classed on there by Pacho.
He took a little bit off it, didn't he? The corner that is. It's a good area, the front post.
So the Arsenal changes. Martinelli, the Trossard, and Madueke.
I didn't find out this goal man. Saka's gone.
Looks like McCullough's coming on.
He's coming on for Kvaratskhelia. I'm not surprised, Ali, when he finished that run and seen the shot, he looked shattered, didn't he?
He did. He did.
So they bring on Bradley Barcola, who's scored 13 times in all competitions this season, French international himself. It goes here towards Gyökeres and Havertz. Havertz is looking to get in behind. Good defended by João Neves. Stick to Gyökeres. Hincapié. Now Gabriel. Piero Hincapié for Arsenal. Well, it went towards Victor Gyökeres, but Marquinhos read it well. It was the first involvement there for Martinelli since coming on.
What a Arsenal support going against Steven, isn't it?
Yeah, what a time to come on as a sub, Ali. Tired legs on there, loads more space.
And you've got that pace.
Chance to get the winner in a European Cup final.
He's an impactful player off the bench, Martinelli. We know that. He's been very good in cup matches this season. He's got 11 goals, 10 of them have been scored in either the Champions League or the domestic cup competition. So this is his kind of stage. Long throw from Declan Rice, right into the heart of that Paris Saint-Germain penalty area. They've not cleared it, they have now. Through João Neves, but they were a 6th and the 7th there for a second or two. Fabian Ruiz then gets in the way, and Barker can have a run for the first time since coming on. He'll test Saliba, and he'll charge through, and Ryan's not going to get there, is he? I just thought for a split second how he mistimed it.
Well did. Well did. I think he takes 2 steps back, and that's an easy way to do. But boy, did he do well.
Here it is again, Bradley Barker, dispossessed by Manueka. Martinelli runs into Marquinhos, warming up now, 5 minutes left. Vitinha hits the shot from a mile away and hits it straight at Declan Rice.
That was amazing. That I just looked at David Raya, Stephen, and I saw him take 2 steps back the way, and then he came forward. I panicked myself a little bit. They recovered well.
I thought Barcola's second touch was just slightly too big. He gave the keeper an opportunity, but he had the speed, he had the power. Just overran it a little bit.
Here's Dillon. On it goes to Hakimi.
Bro, there's no score, for real.
Ashraf Hakimi. That's on Martinelli. Moves the corner.
There's no score.
It's through something that's slightly heavy, but he's wanting to get across the defender, isn't he?
Yeah. Right, brilliant. So
Yeah.
fast off his line.
Reacted really well to it.
Towards the corner.
Bro, what was that?
Back in by Vitinha. Headed out then by Timber. That's a miss.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Run. Oh, why is this guy slow? He can slow down. Oh no, who did you pass to?
There's just too much on it, isn't it? A brilliant support and run as well from Madueke. There's too much on the pass.
Fabian Ruiz moving towards the final 3 minutes of normal time in the 2026 Champions League final here in Budapest. Will it be Arsenal or will it be the
Who's
defending
voting?
champions Paris
Can't believe you
Saint-Germain?
are going for PSG, man. It's crazy.
The 0 doer. Hakimi. Handed away by Timber, only as far as Fabian Ruiz. Hoisted back into the Arsenal box. It's another cross that didn't really do what it was intended to. And it's an Arsenal goal kick at the end of it all.
They just look comfortable. I don't want to take it. Arsenal cross balls, they certainly look comfortable, don't they? I mean, they have done all night. This was the chance they had from the long throw. Again, that header could have gone anywhere.
I tell you what, it's back to the old days. He set everybody up here, David Raya, and he's just going to smash it from the goal kick. Flicked up there by Kai Havertz, one then by Marquinhos.
Do you know what Havertz is, amongst other things? He's excellent in the air. He kind of goes sun and times it really, really well, you know.
Martinelli. Long from Raya, up towards Gyökeres, who used his body well in front of William Pacho. Forward now by Nuno Mendes. That's an excellent pass to pick out Dillon. Great control from the Frenchman. Wants to go at Gabriel. Hincapié there too. Here's the chance on! What an opportunity for Vitinha. The moment the ball left his foot, I thought he was destined for the top corner.
Oh, so did I. and Capé just gets caught 10 yards forward. There's the cramp you're talking about, Stephen. He just gets caught 10 yards forward, and that's the problem. There he is. He's on Hakimi, and it forces the space out on the right hand side for Doué. Cuts inside. Gabriel lays it off. Oh, what an effort. He gives a great touch just to take it away from Lewis Skelly as well.
Don't think he needs to go that high with it, does he? Just look for that side netting.
Ali, is it possible at this stage in the final to get a comment on the fact that one of the goalkeepers is down with cramp?
I think that could be a tactical cramp though, Darren. You know, like letting Arteta regroup, speak to his players, talk about the importance of the final stages. I don't think he's got cramp. Saying that he was quick off that line, Ali.
I remember up there at the best of teams goalkeepers, but getting cramp now, come on.
Do you know what? If that was a rock band called Tactical Cramp, they'd be right up your street. So there's going to be 6 minutes added on. More fluids being taken on board by the respective playing staffs. David Roy is still down at the moment.
You look at them Arsenal players though, you're not telling me that's not planned. 6 minutes to go, there's a few tired legs out there, they need that Lucozade, that gel, get the energy in. And you get the last orders off the boss.
Look how nervous he looks.
Six minutes for somebody to become a hero.
What's the mindset here? Because you don't want to be the player to make the mistake that costs you the final. You've got to get the balance right between
no risk.
Yeah.
No risk, that's what he'll be saying to them down there. If we can't win it, let's get to extra time, another 30 minutes. Be ready for that one moment going the other way, that's what he'll be saying.
Declan Rice, only to Nuno Mendes, there's Bradley Barcola. Good tackle by Rice.
He's feeling his hamstring and belly. I think he's okay. There it is.
Don't be aware of that, he's just having a look who's available to him. Luis Enrique. Yes, the Victor Gyökeres challenge came in from Pacho, that's going to be a foul. Gyökeres on Shaw Neves.
Arsenal need more from him, Darren.
Got a stick.
Ali will tell you more about hold-up play with the importance for the team to breathe.
100%. Once it comes into him, Stephen, it has to stick. Bring people into play, give the defence a break.
So Gonzalo Ramos is ready. You suspect it's going to be for Dembele, who's not moving well at all. Here's Hakimi. Doué. 3 minutes of additional time remaining in the Champions League final, and the potential for 30 minutes more, and possibly penalties too here in Budapest. Fabian Ruiz to Desiree Doué. Excellent feat from him to move away from Lewis Skelly. That's good defending in there again by Gabriel. That's one in the air by Bradley Barcola, played on now to William Pacho. Marquinhos, I think his 523rd game for PSG tonight, bidding to win his 39th trophy, can you believe? It's Bradley Barcola. Vitinha. Marquinhos. Hakimi. João Neves. There's Marquinhos. Paris Saint-Germain's talismanic captain. Fabian Ruiz, Ashraf Hakimi, everybody back defensively for Arsenal. A little bit more than a minute of additional time left to play. Fabian Ruiz. Looking to bend one in. There's Jurien Timber for Arsenal. Heads it away to Noni Madueke. Then on it goes to Kai Havertz. That's going to be a free kick and a yellow card. That's the first booking tonight for anybody in a Paris Saint-Germain shirt. And they're going to take off Dembele at this point and send on Gonzalo Ramos.
I don't think Kai Havertz has got long left in him either. That he's down with cramp in both legs.
Interesting. The one thing I would suggest, I think I don't think Ramos will be staying too far outside the box. He's more central, isn't he?
Can you remember when the season started? Paris Saint-Germain played a team from North London and Gonzalo Ramos scored very, very, very late in the Super Cup, didn't he, against Tottenham?
That's right. Tottenham played exceptionally well.
Eze's just been sent to warm up again by Mikel Arteta. David Raya launches it forward. Final few seconds, on by Gabriel. Has to be now for Arsenal, you feel. Gabriel. Now Martinelli. In it goes again. That's not a bad ball, you know. Hooked away by Fabian Ruiz.
Time's up.
Madueke. Timber. Last chance for Arsenal. Saliba. Away by Marquinhos. Picked up by Declan Rice. Couldn't get there. Doué plays it on. Now they're Barker. It's an absolute fire.
Bro, blow that fucking whistle now.
For Paris Saint-Germain. Is this heartbreak for Arsenal? No, it's not.
His last touch. His last touch takes him away from goal. Poses him the problem. Thank goodness for Arsenal. I couldn't believe it. They get caught in the possession of the ball. They lose it. Right back up the pitch.
He's the last one you want running there, isn't he?
Absolutely.
And everybody on the field.
Against Saliba.
Well, he's right. He drags it with his right foot onto his weaker side. Takes himself away from the goal.
That was a touch there onto his left.
It's a huge chance, Ali.
Oh, massive steer.
Well, that's it. And we will go to extra time.
Extra time.
It's Kai Havertz after 6 minutes. Ousmane Dembele from the penalty spot. Kvaratskhelia had a shot deflected onto the post.
Time.
We need 30 minutes more to work out. Who's going to be the European champions in 2026? Full time with extra time to come. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Arsenal 1.
This programme is brought to you by Follow Scores, UEFA Champions League official partner.
TNT Sports, powered by BYD.
You will have an empire unassailable, and our children will rule it forever.
We act with holy purpose.
It is no longer safe here. There will be no doubt. Who got to chosen to rule?
Hey Sainsbury's, they're growing quicker than my budget. Any help?
Well, colleagues like Charlotte here are always matching prices or lowering them with nectar. Through cold and rain
And tropical sunshine?
through tropical sunshine indeed. Because we're always matching and lowering prices. Sainsbury's, good food for all of us.
Hi. Can I get 9 nugs?
100% chicken breast with crispy sauce.
Your go-to's nugs. It's always been nugs.
You're not getting your McNuggets then, no? McCrispy!
Have a McCrispy, please.
Auto Circuit automatically checks for ways to save on your car and home insurance, so the hard work is done for you. The Compare the Market app, the simplest way to save.
Running down the wing, here comes the cross!
This programme is brought to you by Heineken, UEFA Champions League, official partner.
And in this Champions League final, it was Kai Havertz for Arsenal that put them ahead after 6 minutes, and it stayed that way for the next 60 minutes or so, until this foul by Mascara on Kvaratskhelia resulted in this penalty, which Dembele stepped up and put away. 1-1. It's pushed this game into extra time. It's been 10 years since we've had extra time in a Champions League final, and this is Mikel Arteta's moment. In the middle of his team, he needs to come alive here. What does he need to do, Jack, to ensure that Arsenal win this Champions League final?
Yeah, he needs to keep them mentally switched on. I think you can see when Arsenal are in a low block, they look comfortable. However, you always run that risk of a little bit of quality, like we saw for the penalty. But if they can switch on and then they'll get a few moments on the counter attack, then this is where Zubamendi comes in. This is where Eze comes in. A little bit of quality, a little bit of fresh legs, good decision making, and they can get some chances.
Zubamendi as well, the second change he's decided to make. What are your thoughts on that, Mark?
Yeah, a lot of talk about the squad, helped Arsenal to win the Premier League, and now they're going to use all of it here. I think importance, substitutions, giving them the legs they need, and you need it, and it's good quality. Eze coming on, a point to prove. Zubamendi at the start of the season with Matt Nicholson, now they can have their best night in an Arsenal jersey.
Okay, let's do it then. Extra time in this Champions League final between Arsenal and PSG. Let's get back to your commentary team, Darren, Ali and Stephen.
Thank you, Laura. So 30 minutes to decide it. It's the 6th time that a final involving an English team has gone to extra time. The good news is that English teams have won 4 of the 5 previous ones. The first time it happened, 1968, when Manchester United beat Benfica at Wembley. 5 times before, the game has been won in extra time. The last time was 12 years ago when Real Madrid scored 3 goals in extra time to beat Atletico Madrid. So let's see whether this can be decided before the need for penalties. And those 2 changes that have been made by Mikel Arteta, he's taken off Miles Lewis-Skelly and Kai Havertz, who basically couldn't run anymore at the end of the 90 minutes. And they've sent on Martin Zubimendi and Eberechi Eze. What gets said, Stephen, in between the end of normal time and the start of extra time, when you're down there with the manager, what gets said, what kind of instructions are being, what are the players involved in that conversation too?
Yeah, of course they are, but I think you praise your team first and foremost, the effort they've given. Arsenal have done everything in this game, playing against the best team in Europe in my opinion. To still be in the game up to this point, credit to the team and the manager and the coaching staff, but just trying to limit the risk and the mistakes. Try and take your moments when they come.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
A little trick there which didn't really pay off. Declan Rice has got the armband now. September. Declan Rice. Eze's first involvement since coming off the bench, and he picks out a nice pass here to Madueke. But he can have a go. Betini sliding through. Gyökeres was in a great position, but that's well defended by Pacho. This is the corner that Ali's been hoping for from an Arsenal perspective.
Absolutely, and by the way, how well does the centre back do? Because I'll tell you right now, Gyökeres has got front goal sider. Marquinhos there. I'll tell you, that was a big chance. Centre back does well. The first corner, that's very interesting.
Well, it's the second one they've been awarded, but he blew the half-time whistle before they could take it. Bizarre scenario.
Get what we score from Roseman.
Yeah, they are, actually. It's the best way to defend them. So we will reiterate the point that Arsenal have scored 27 goals from corners across the competitions this season. Corner taken by Madueke, and that's a good header by Gonzalo Ramos. That might be his first touch since coming on. Well, an important one it is.
Yeah. It's not a corner.
So can the Gunners make a corner pay, as they so often have in their title-winning season, right in front of the Paris Saint-Germain supporters? In it goes from Madueke towards the near post, and that's a bit of a waste, I've got to say.
Can't believe he's done that, you know.
You've been pulling your ear out, you and Mikel Arteta. What a waste of an opportunity.
Ali, even Paris Saint-Germain are going to go long from a goal kick.
Yeah. We've seen it all, mate. We've seen them do that as well.
What a waste.
Maybe that's why they don't do it very often, Dan.
Warren Zaire Emery has just emerged, ready to play from the PSG dugout. Ryan sends it long, up towards Eze. William Pacho header, first to it, Timber. And João Neves. And then a cross here for Arsenal. William Saliba. Pacho's header only finds Madueke. Now he's got a bit of room to operate in down this Arsenal right. And that's going to be a free kick against Euro Timber.
Are you fucking serious? That was not even a free kick.
Oh, I can't believe it, can he? Is there a hand in the face, so they throw it. It comes across, but he's naturally trying to protect the ball. And then they got a little look. Yeah, there's nothing in that. It's all, honestly.
That's another thing the coaches will be saying to the substitutes coming on. Darren, can you be the game changer? Mikel Arteta's made 5 there, fresh legs, all top players. Can they be the difference?
So off goes Fabian Ruiz, and there's a big cheer for young Warren Zaire Emery. I always think, Andy, when you watch him play, he never lets them down. He was outstanding as a right back in Munich in the second leg. He's very unfortunate not to start more games in this Paris Saint-Germain team.
Couldn't agree more, Dan. Certainly not weakened their side putting them on, that's for sure.
That's the passes out there. Didn't really give Hincapié too much of a chance. Michael have been to that by Jurriën Timber, just to show the amount of talent there is in the respective squads. 29 of the players have already been selected to play in the World Cup this summer. And that's before Ecuador made the squad, and we suspect that Hincapié and Pacho are going to be in, so they're making 31 players across Paris Saint-Germain and Arsenal at the World Cup.
Incredible, isn't it? Madueke's
ball inside, here's Timber. Bucharest was trying to roll away from Pasho, but he got a bit of help behind. Pasho from Schramme, there's free kick.
Play on.
I must say, Ali, it was hotter yesterday than it's been today, but it's very close inside the stadium, isn't it, right now?
It's clammy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very much so.
Ramos gives chase, beaten to it over there by Gabriel. Marquinhos battles with Bucharest, flicked inside to Vitinha, here's Doué. Given away by Charles Mendes to Martinelli. Good tackle by Marquinhos. Now then, it's an opportunity for Gonzalo Ramos of PSG. That's going to be a booking for Bucharest.
I think that's all he had in mind when he gave the ball away to get dispossessed in the first place.
He just gave every ball away, Ali. It hasn't stuck once with him.
Who's your jersey there? Ramos, isn't it? Gonzalo Ramos.
Nail-biting times inside the Pushkas arena. Vitinha over the free kick for Paris Saint-Germain. Saliba, plenty of time to glance it away. Here's Pasho. So well defended down there by Zubimendi. Zaire Emery, Nuno Mendes, and Vitinha. Gonzalo Ramos, Desiree Doué, Hakimi. Off goes Hakimi. He's not a stranger to scoring goals for Paris Saint-Germain, another stranger to scoring goals in the Champions League as well. Can you imagine the irony, Ali, if Arsenal win the Champions League this season on penalties, based on the fact they've not been awarded a penalty all season?
Incredible, wouldn't it? Absolutely incredible.
Challenging Zaire Emery, little touching in the middle of all of that from Vitinha. It's become very tight and cagey in this first period of extra time.
That's natural, isn't it? Nobody's want to take any chances.
To go the long way around Nuno Mendes, who's quick and he's taking him over. Referee says no penalty. I think we need another look at that. They were certainly tangled up as they went into the box.
I think he's got to take a look at that. Certainly looked like
Well, they will. They definitely will.
I thought he came from behind a little bit there. is Douay. Still no signal that Bastien Dankert's having a look at it. Declan Rice is going mad at the referee. He's convinced it's a penalty.
You should look at the bench in front of the bench and go crazy.
Clumsy at best, Alligator. Clumsy at best. Here's Hakimi. Listen to the whistles and cheers from the Arsenal supporters. Vitinha. Intercepted over there by Zubimendi. They got it back again on Paris Saint-Germain. Douay. Vitinha trying to get through. Gabriel smashes the ball away. They're still appearing on the Arsenal bench. Albert Stuyvenberg is in deep conversation with the fourth official who's trying to calm everybody down.
He's waved it away.
He's waved it away.
Declan Rice is still at it, he's going to get a yellow card.
Yeah, there is a theory, just from what we've had a look at on our pictures, that there might be an instance that Madueke could have pulled the shirt first, but we're going to see it again. I mean, the Arsenal players...
The ref is a joke, man.
Declan's looking, doesn't he? You can tell.
Nah, the ref is a joke, man.
There it is. There it is.
That's...
Oh, I've seen that giving a winner. He's got his left arm around the shoulder of the defender right
so
now.
that shit, it's not a pen now. It's not a pen. Bro, the ref is a joke, man.
It's a clear and plain one, but
This guy is evil. That guy's evil.
I think they might need to make another change here based on the signals that Gabriel is making in Capier's the player.
Bro, the ref is evil.
Are you giving that, Harry? Are you giving that as a penalty?
I'd need another look, but I might, you know, I think I probably would.
It's pissing me off.
I probably would.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I would be doing, I'd be having a look at it. Without doubt, I'd be having a look at it.
Certainly felt like the kind of one where you take the referee, well, look, just go and have a look.
You're looking at every angle. Because,
I mean, there's too much going on for it to make a decision.
The forward definitely looked to me as if his left arm around the shoulder, but at the same time, the defender comes across the body and brings him down. Big moment.
Bro, the ref is pissing me off.
They never won ever in their history. Wow, how are they winning now? They've never won.
It's okay for now, but he keeps
this big has never fucking won, dude.
Shake off whatever the problem is still lingering. That's Lucas Beraldo, who's going to be coming on for Paris Saint-Germain. 2 minutes of additional time at the end of the first period of extra time. The big talking point, the penalty that Arsenal didn't get. Nuno Mendes on Bobby Madueke.
Can I make a prediction? Martin says it's a penalty at half time.
Yes. I just hope that Bastien Dankert doesn't bump into Martin somewhere later on. Here's William Pacho. It's Hakimi.
Wow.
It's good defending on that side by Martinelli.
I think possibly the best way to describe the penalty incident, I'm not sure it was a clear and obvious error, but we've seen him give it.
We'll have another look at it from another couple of angles when this first period of extra time finishes, just so you can assess it again. Here's Saliba, Eza. Zubimendi. Nkapie seems like he's recovered. Flicked up there by Gyökeres, but that's out. For Paris Saint-Germain throw-in. And that's half-time, in extra time. A boost from the Arsenal supporters, all directed at the officials here for the penalty that they didn't get. Ali, have another look at this then. Let's have a look at the penalty situation.
Coutinho looks really get cramped as well there.
Bro, look at this now. Look at this now. In the box, in the fucking penalty area. Look at. Bro, I'll tell you that. No, it's not a pen.
Yeah, he is. He's just struggling a little bit at Mendes, but what he does, he does great. He gets there first, great pace and speed to get beyond him. Do you know what? I think it's very clumsy from Mendes. I also think there's a bit of contact. I think Arsenal can be hard done by, in my opinion.
So that's what Stephen and Ali thinks. What about Martin and Jack, Laura?
Let's find out now, they're alongside me. Guys, your thoughts on that? We'll have another look at the penalty incident, whether you feel like it was or not, Jack.
Yeah, I think Ali described it perfectly. I mean, I've seen him give it, and if it was given, I don't think we'd say, oh, that's definitely not a penalty. But yeah, I mean, you can see the players on the pitch, they know, and Deck was fuming, and he went to the ref, so I can see it.
Yeah, I think Mendes, you know what, it's brilliant, he attacks, but I think Mendes, what saves him, he just gets his arm across, which remains goal side. If he's completely the other side there, that's a penalty. The referee's right on the spot. I don't think VAR see enough in that to overrule the referee's decision.
Look, they've got the second half of extra time still to come. Arsenal have played 63 games so far this season, more than any team in Europe's top 5 leagues. How much is their fitness going to come into play in this second half?
Yeah, I want to see more of that from Madueke. Mendes is tired, like get at him, get the other side of him. It's probably the first time we've seen that all game. Yeah, it's the second half of extra time. It's about character, it's about mentality, it's about design now.
And they need to keep their cool, Martin, as well. You saw a couple of yellow cards, including Mikel Arteta and Declan Rice.
I think that PSG will make changes. I saw 2 or 3 of them dropping down. I think Arsenal look fitter. This is their, 63rd, 64th game of the season. You know, but the squad's been used well. They've been used to being changed and getting minutes, and I think that's paying off now. So I was really encouraged by that first half of extra time.
They've come through some very difficult moments in this season. They need to tune into that mental resilience.
Yeah, that's what we spoke about before the game, what Mikel's built here. They are stronger, the culture demands that they sacrifice everything. They've done it all season, so they have to do it now for the next 15.
PSG making a couple of changes as well there. Let's get you back up to your commentary team, Stevie, Ali and Darren.
Thanks, Laura. Yeah, they've taken off their captain, Marquinhos, and replaced him with the former Bournemouth defender, Ilya Zavani. And they've also taken off Vitinha as well, so the very influential players had to go. Lucas Beraldo, who's a centre-back predominantly, but he's been playing in midfield for Paris Saint-Germain, so he's had to come on. But they're 2 big players, Ali, that they just lost at half-time and extra time in Marquinhos and Vitinha.
Well, I mentioned it before we looked at the penalty. He looked very, very uncomfortable, Vitinha. I have to tell you, I think he's been quiet today. Top player, but he looked uncomfortable just before the whistle went for the half-time break and extra time.
I think that image there sums up the Arsenal supporters' feelings right now perfectly. There's Vitinha on the bench. So 15 minutes to work it out, 15 minutes to decide the Champions League final, 15 minutes for somebody out there to become a hero.
Don't mind it, it's not the mental. Because of obvious openings.
And across here to William Pasha with the first touch for the Ukrainian Zavani.
Just minimize it.
I think the big question here, Ali, is how much desire is there on either team to go and try and win the match in the next 15 minutes?
It's a big question, we'll find out very shortly. Obviously the fear of making an error, mistake as well.
Chasing here is Warren Zaire Emery. Up to 0-8-2-8.
They look as though they're going to free PSG at this moment in time. Whether that changes, we'll keep an eye on.
Just back to the penalty, I thought the point that Martin made was very pertinent when you say, look, there's probably not enough in it to make the suggestion that the referee made an error. I think that, probably, you know, either way, you're probably okay. Here's a chance for PSG, brilliant for Ryan. Gonzalo Ramos couldn't quite get there.
I think he's got to be braver. I mean, maybe I'm doing him a disservice. The keeper does it exceptionally well. But can Ramos get across?
Oh, maybe. I think Ali made that point, what Mark made. Yes, Ali made it. Whichever way you did it, you're going to stick with it. Yeah. It wasn't a blatant and obvious error. No. But having said that, it can still be a penalty. Of course. Yeah. Of course. And I've seen them given. I've seen less given. And it's still a decent spell in Paris Saint-Germain at the start of the second period. Gonzalo Ramos has got Declan Rice over there with him. Here's Doué looking to try and find room. The shot was charged down in there by that sea of red and white. The Arsenal defenders. Here's Hakimi, who's got the armband on since Marquinhos went off. A deflection on the cross, and that actually diverted into David Raya. Tell you what, Cloys, if it does go to penalties, two of the players who would have taken them in the first five, I'm sure, would have been Vitinha and Dembele. The Paris Saint-Germain.
It's not going to be.
No, you suspect Marquinhos would walk up as well, wouldn't you? Yeah, maybe Fabian Ruiz. Yeah, his experience. It's certainly going to be factored in. Rice's clearance, hoisted on by Rice, headed one by Beraldo. Here's Timber, smartly spinning away from João Mendes. Now then, Manueke. That's a foul by Doué. Now this is a good position if Arsenal get the quality right. I thought he was clever there, he's won that. But by the way, Ali, don't they know it, the Arsenal fans, that this is a good position for them?
Yes. And it's in a position where you can't really defend deep. You've got to get back to a certain area.
It's right in front of the Arsenal fans. And Declan Rice, who could be brilliant from this kind of situation, is standing over the ball. Gabriel and others wait in the middle. In from Rice. Safanov gets a piece of that and did well. So did Hakimi up against Martinelli.
Listen, we're all experts after the event. I thought it was a left footer then swinger. I thought it was a Manieki one. I really did. Oh, what a ball that is.
Super pass to Zaire Emery, delivered by Nuno Mendes. Skips away from Hincapié. Overcomes Martinelli. That's good defending. Really good. Hincapié's pass. He's still struggling, Hincapié. He's just played that ball forward and limped away from it. Do you know what? Can you blame him? He's been immense. From start to finish. The job he's done. João Mendes for Paris Saint-Germain. Looking to become just the second team in the Champions League era to retain the trophy. Real Madrid the other one. Arsenal bidding to win it for the very first time in the long and illustrious history of the club. Lucas Beraldo. Hakimi. It goes down to João Mendes, who just gets the other side of Martin Zubimendi. who, in fairness to him, got back well, but it just hit him. So it's going to be a corner to PSG.
What about the energy from Jan Neves?
Unbelievable.
111 minutes, he's driving 1v1s on the right side of the box. What a player.
I thought he got away from Zubimendi there.
What a little player.
So Doué to take the PSG corner. Sent it away by Declan Rice, helped on by Martinelli. It's running up by Zaire Emery. Bradley Barcola. Such a testament to the fitness levels of both groups of players. When you think the number of matches that they play, Arsenal, the 63rd in all competitions, and PSG played so many last season, then they got the Club World Cup and didn't really get a summer break, and then they've been in everything this season. I mean, they just play game after game after game, and they're still going strong here in this very sticky heat inside the Puskás Arena. Deep into extra time in the Champions League final.
Especially the starters and the ones that have been on from the beginning. Warriors.
I'm looking at Doué and Mendes. I don't think they're even sweating, you know.
There's going to be a chance for somebody. Telling you.
Are you sensing it?
I'm sniffing it. There's going to be a chance for somebody.
There's Barcola, Zaire Emery. Everybody back in this defensive shape for Arsenal. And it goes towards Gonzalo Ramos, but that's easy for David Raya. It's the first time tonight we've had two Spanish coaches in opposition in a Champions League final. And two men who followed similar paths really as young players. Here they are tonight, representing their clubs, two great clubs in this great competition. Saliba just got across to help Gabriel out there.
Oh, that was close.
Declan Rice towards Yuri Timber, taken on the chest by Nuno Mendes. Timber wins it back for Arsenal. It's so tense in here.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you?
Absolutely. I tell you what, Mikel Arteta's fitness levels aren't bad. He's still going to come down that technical area, down that touch on him. He's never in the box. There he is.
I'll tell you what he could do. He could play as well. Don't worry about that.
He's kicked every ball, hasn't he? Yeah.
All season, by the way. All season. Hincapie. Eze. Can Arsenal find the moment? Eze's ball. Okay, couldn't gather. Couldn't gather it.
It's a lovely little tight ball. You'd think maybe could take it with his left and hit it with his right, but it's just in front of him. Clever ball from a clever player.
Five minutes to penalties. Bradley Barcola. Hakimi. Gonzalo Ramos among those waiting in the middle. Here's Beraldo. João Neves. Zabani. Bradley Barcola. Headed away by Gabriel, flicked a little bit further by Victor Gyökeres. Is Neves and now Doué. Lucas Beraldo. Nuno Mendes. William Pasha. It goes to Hakimi. Back to Douay. It's just this red and white wall between the Paris Saint-Germain player in possession and David Raya's goal. Ronaldo. Zabani. Shawn Mendes gets the other side of Hincapié. Now can he pick somebody out? He's just lost control of that. A shot then comes in from Douay and springs in the air. And David Raya catches it. They thought the ball had gone out there, some of the Arsenal players. Well, there's a card.
It's a good one as well.
Yeah, he was away, wasn't he? Nuno Mendes.
Watch when Hincapié goes to ground, that's when he knows he can take a touch.
So Arsenal are going to go long from the free kick. And based on that decision, they've sent Gabriel forward. They've just kept William Saliba back there as an insurance policy. 2 minutes of extra time left. Launched forward by David Raya. And that's going to go all the way through. They look out on the feet, some of the players.
Yeah, well, it's understandable that. See, I'll tell you, playing in that heat that we mentioned there at the end of the game, it's clammy, it's energy sapping. And Arsenal in particular have worked their socks off.
I think both teams will just want the shootout now. Just want it over with.
I don't think they'll lack for confidence, Paris Saint-Germain, if he does go to penalties. They've won trophies, 3 of them this season, on penalties, in shootouts. Super Cup against Spurs, Intercontinental Cup against Flamengo, but Arsenal might change the script here. It's through into the side netting, he was down there, Safanov. It's a head in your hands moment for Timber that just didn't quite break forward there, the Gunners.
I think Safanov showed him that lip, showed him that near post. Look at his position there. Tell you what, rolling hard down on that left hand side, we're giving him a headache.
I'll tell you what, the keeper, if they do go to penalties, when they play Flamengo and then Intercontinental, he saves 4 of them. Raya's not faced one until the Dembele one. So
it's a lot to the alley, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
If you're putting yourself in that pressure moment, penalties, cup finals are different from normal penalties, facing normal penalties.
Hesson did well, here's Zubi Mendy. Time running out to decide it before spot kicks. Declan Rice. Molly Manueke. Swings it in, headed away by Beraldo. Up goes Gabriel. Victor Gyökeres. Still Victor Gyökeres. Deflected, oh wide! It's a corner. You just wonder where that would have ended up had it not been deflected.
You can just see him open up for him. He came on to his right side, he was crying for half a yard, crying out for half a yard, and he got it.
There would be a certain symmetry if Arsenal win the Champions League for the first time from a corner with pretty much the last attack of the match. Based on what we've seen from them this season. This is their moment.
It doesn't matter how you win it.
Can this be the moment for Arsenal? They've been so good from corners all season. It's been such a big part of their game.
Just don't put this one into the side netting.
The Arsenal fans wait. Can Manueke get the delivery right? There's a whole host of players around Safanov. In it goes. It's headed up into the air by Bradley Barker. Safanov gets a piece of it. It's not away, it is now.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Just shoot it. Just shoot it. Just shoot it. Just shoot it.
Deflected, they were leading.
Oh, corner, corner, corner.
This is back in, and they're going to get, and they're getting another one. No, it's a goal kick. And I think that might take us to
the drama's unbelievable as it's penalties.
So for the 12th time in the history of the competition, we will need a penalty shootout to decide who wins the Champions League. Kai Havertz for Arsenal, Ousmane Dembele for Paris Saint-Germain. And Laura, it's all come down to penalties.
The Stadium can barely handle the pressure at the moment. We go to penalties in the Champions League. So these two teams have almost given everything, but it felt like it got a little bit like they lost their energy in that second half there. You can understand why.
Yeah, there was some tight legs out there. Arsenal gave so much to get into a position, and they did. And then it looked like they ran out of energy a little bit, but they've done so well to get this far.
But now we go to penalties, and when you look at the two teams, do you feel like PSG have taken a lot of their penalty takers, first choice penalty takers off, Martin?
Yeah, we've seen that. Obviously, we've taken Ødegaard, Havertz off as well, so there's a bit of that. We really needed to stay in the game. I just thought I'm really proud of what the team has done today. We're playing against PSG, given absolutely no chance in this match to succeed and do well, and it's still in their hands. It may be this guy we're looking at now, he becomes the hero. He's getting information, he'll know where the guys are going to be taking these penalties. I think what you've got to be doing when you're taking this is go up and be clear in your mind, pick your spot, have that calmness about you. It's a big situation. I'm just wondering which end it's going to take place at, because obviously that is very critical. I remember you losing your UEFA Cup final in 2000. We were at your other team's end, and it played a massive part in that. So we'll wait to see on that one.
You don't want to be shooting towards the PSG fans because they have been double loud all game. Raya's just been the star of the show all season, really. The most number of clean sheets. Can he be the hero, Jack?
Yeah, he can, and like Martin said, he'll be well prepared. The goalie coach, the set piece coach, this is where they earn their money. But ultimately, the players and David have to go out and execute under immense pressure. So yeah, you could be prepared, but it's a different type of pressure.
Owen Hargreaves has joined us. You've been in this situation twice, once with Bayern Munich, once with Manchester United. Both of your teams won those. In 2008, you actually scored a penalty. You took one and scored one. You were number 4. Tell me the feelings that you had.
Look, there's a lot of pressure, but you got to embrace it. You got to enjoy it. It's an opportunity that can change everybody's life. Your teammates, the fans. Mark made a good point. Pick your spot and go for it. The one thing is now the mind game starts. Everybody knows. Goalkeeping coaches know. The backup keeper gets involved, and the normal people go. And do you go where you normally go, or do you change your mind? I normally stuck to what I did, but obviously we've got 2 good goalkeepers on penalties. But you can tell almost on who's going to score on the body language on the walk-up. You think about a lot from the walk-up to the penalty spot, but you got to block out any negativity, think about a positive moment, celebrating with your family at the end, and that creates positive energy, and hopefully you can finish the job.
Pepe there giving his support as well to David Raya. What do these players need from Mikel Arteta now in that huddle?
I think the positivity to be, an all-time great at the football club, to do something that no other group has been capable of doing in the past. He's showing that belief in confidence. Whatever happens, you go up there, we're 100% behind you. Embrace it.
You've managed a penalty shootout this season. Just tell me what your emotions as a manager are.
Yeah, you have to try and give the players composure, but that's very difficult. This stage is the biggest stage in world football, and it all comes down to this. So you have to try and remain calm. The players would have practiced, they'll have a process, stick to that process, and try and be successful with it.
Time to decide who the winner is of this Champions League final between Arsenal and PSG. Let's get you back up to your commentary team to get this kicked off. Stevie, Ali and Darren.
Laura, thank you. So this is a big moment here, as Martin said, because do the penalties, do they get taken in front of the PSG supporters or the Arsenal supporters? Let's try and listen in if we can. There you go. It's in the Paris Saint-Germain. So now they'll toss again to see whether you go first or second. I presume you want to go first, Steve?
Of course you do, yeah. You want to put the pressure on their opponents.
Here's one to you. You think you should make it, when the toss goes up, you get one choice. Either the end that they take the first penalty.
He's won both of them.
I know he has. That's what I'm saying.
Put it this way. If you're Mikel Arteta right now, you completely agree with the point you just made. So you've got to block it out now, Stephen. I mean, you've been in this position before, Champions League final. You were going fifth against AC Milan, but Shevchenko missed, you didn't have to do it, but...
Delighted he missed that, man. I'll be honest with you, delighted, but you're ready in that moment, you're focused. I already knew where I was going to go. You don't change your mind, you try and get your technique right. There's going to be a hero, there's going to be a villain. Unfortunately, that's what penalties bring.
So English teams have won 3 and lost 1 of the penalty shootouts in this competition. Liverpool the first to do it back in 1984, the spaghetti legs of Grobbelaar against Roma. Safanov saved 4 against Flamengo, so he's good in situations like this. David Rice had a wonderful season. Arsenal have had a penalty shootout this season. They beat Crystal Palace in a League Cup quarter-final 8-7. They scored all 8, so that bodes well. The 2 penalty shootouts that the Gunners have had in European finals were both defeats. 1980 against Mario Kempes in Valencia in the Cup Winners' Cup, and 26 years ago in the UEFA Cup against Galatasaray. So first man up for Paris Saint-Germain is Gonzalo Ramos. So the referee, just to add to the tension, just wants a quick word with both goalkeepers. He's going to remind them here that they've got to have a foot over the line, over the goal line. They can't encroach, so he's just going to go through the rules before then. But poor old Gonzalo Ramos, he's going to stand there and think
exactly what I was thinking about. I just wondering if he's thinking I've come up here too early at this moment in time.
Well, he can't go back. I've got news for him.
Well, there's no going back now for any of them.
So this is it. Is it going to be a repeat for Paris Saint-Germain or an historic night for Arsenal in the Champions League? First up, Gonzalo Ramos against David Raya. Excellent penalty, clinically taken in front of the Paris Saint-Germain supporters. There, a flicker from Enrique. PSG lead 1 now.
That's exactly what it was. Really confident. Goal against his one way. I'll tell you right now, even if he goes that other way, he's not getting anywhere near that.
No one's saving that. I always found going that way as a right foot is more difficult as well. Great penalty.
So Victor Gyökeres is next. Up against Safanov to level the shootout for Arsenal. Excellent, excellent. Really calm. Sets the ball rolling. It's always good, I'm sure, to put the first one in the back of the net.
And I'm very pleased for him, I have to tell you, because we did mention when it came on, the ball wasn't sticking, but certainly full of confidence in that penalty. Ball goes the same way.
Yeah, not an easy night for him either, mentally, you know, getting dropped. I'm prepared for him, you know. Great mentality from the kid.
So next up is Desiree Doué. He turns 21 next week. He's got a big birthday coming up. He was the hero 12 months ago with 2 goals and an assist in the Champions League final for PSG against Inter Milan. And now he's up against David Raya. It's a very straight run-up for Doué. Takes his time. Here he comes. And scores. 2-1 PSG.
Fubbing on that side, it's comfortable again, isn't it? It's amazing the confidence.
That boy's composure for his age on this stage. Wow.
All 3 penalties we've seen so far have been of a very, very high standard. So Eberechi Eze is next. There's nothing that Mikel Arteta can do about it now. All he can do is hope and pray. Pressure on Eze. 2-1 PSG. Similar style to do it. Stutter step. Oh, he's put it wide. It's a heartbreaking moment for Eze. It's a gut-wrenching moment for the Arsenal supporters. And Paris Saint-Germain have the advantage in the shootout.
I really don't like the shot of run up. I really don't like it. I mean, if it hits the target, it's a goal, but
the Nigerian player, is it?
You run the risk. Look at the agony.
Look
at the agony there.
I just think, Ali, penalties are hard enough. The pressure, the stage, the magnitude, the size of the game. Why with all the nonsense? I just don't get it. Put your foot through it. Back your technique.
So next up is Nuno Mendes. Luis Enrique down there talking. All he can do is hope and pray. All eyes on David Raya. Short run up this time for Mendes. And that's going to make Eze feel better. And it's certainly
like this. I'm drawing now.
Massive moment. Really is. He can't believe it.
Two blacks make one mistake.
Back across the goalkeeper, and it's a good save.
Good. This guy, he has learned his lesson. He noticed that two PSG players went this way. And they are going this way still. And now for the third guy, instead of going this way, now went this way. That's how we not cut it. See, Rice, if you fuck this up, you are cooked. Rice,
Rice can't fuck it up.
Let my Rice not fuck it up. You can't.
And if he scores the penalty,
it's a counter
then
for a
we're back
reason.
level at 2-2. Rice versus Safanov. Cacophony of noise inside the arena.
Come on, Rice.
Here comes Declan Rice. And scores! 2-2.
Very confident.
Right.
Really is.
Now, whoever that is playing this next one,
Big momentum shift. Big penalty, big player, big performance tonight.
Man,
Relief,
I'm
delight.
scared. Who's playing this next one?
Every possible emotion being felt inside the
I hope he's
stadium
not
right
in
now.
Fuck, why is this
Next
guy?
up, Paris Saint-Germain is Achraf Hakimi.
Why is he Hakimi? He's a captain. I pray the captain will lose.
Zilla is joining in with a whistle.
No, I don't want to lose battle. Alright?
Cameron say no more.
I don't want to be too happy. Oh, why did you go that way? Yeah, he knows he's not going that way.
He takes it well. I've just removed my right headphone, and the noise in here is absolutely unbelievable.
That's all right, penalty taken though. Nice run up. Lovely technique, lovely sound. Take the net off. Great pen.
Celebration from Kvaratskhelia. Next up, it's Gabriel Martinelli for Arsenal. Getting towards the stage now where any miss could be a fatal miss. There's one more to go for Paris Saint-Germain after this. Two left for Arsenal. PSG 3-2.
It's not be funny, bro. It's not be funny.
Oh, he could score it. I think he scored it well. Top corner, smashed into the back of the net. Brilliant.
I'm guessing that would make your approval.
Yeah, best pen so far.
We are winning this team. The referee has been against us a lot. That referee. We just won it now, man. We just won it.
You don't say those out.
What back across the face, height, everything was good.
Then we will not play our own team.
So one of the substitutes is next. Lucas Beraldo. Only came on in 3 Champions League matches all season. Didn't start a game. And he's got the all-important 5th penalty here for Paris Saint-Germain.
Bro, catch this one.
This
I
can
think
be
the ball
Brian's
just go
moment.
outside too.
No, it's not. He sold himself far too early there, the Arsenal goalkeeper.
Oh, went very early, didn't he?
What's going for us?
So 4-3 to Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh, this guy
And
is.
the walk that Gabriel has just made from the centre circle to the penalty area must have felt like 15 miles.
If I don't lose this thing, or less.
Gabriel has to score. If he fails to score, Paris Saint-Germain win the Champions League.
If you lose,
the pressure of the entire Champions League
is on him.
All this pressure on
falls
one
onto the shoulders of Arsenal's brilliant Brazilian defender.
And he's a defender.
Gabriel versus Safanov. Has to go in.
If it's scared, it's going to lose, bro.
He's missed it!
What did I say? Another black person. Another black person. What did I say? Another black person. Another black person.
But it's back-to-back Champions League wins for Paris Saint-Germain. History with a pinch of Parisian panache.
What did I say? Another black person. All the black players have lost. Literally, the 2 black people from Arsenal lost. The black person from PSG lost. Bro!
And your heart goes out to the thousands and thousands of Arsenal supporters who are here in Budapest tonight. It's the most heartbreaking way to lose a final. And of all the players, Gabriel has been magnificent for this team, not just tonight, all season long. And I feel for him. I really feel for him.
I'm gutted for him. I'm absolutely gutted for him. I'm going to mention something that we saw there which was absolutely fantastic. As soon as you missed it, do you know who the first person was up to? Marquinhos. His Brazilian centre-back pal, right up and gave him the biggest cuddle you ever see. I mean, it'll mean nothing to him at this moment in time, but what a touch it was. That was absolutely heartbreaking. Arsenal, I thought, were excellent. I thought the game plan, lads, from start to finish, was nothing short of terrific. And to lose it in that manner is heartbreaking, it really is.
Steven Gerrard. Well, look, this is what the game does. This is what the game does to teams, to individuals. It can take you to the clouds. You know, a week, 10 days ago, Arsenal on the clouds. They win the Premier League. They've been fantastic. They get another opportunity to become immortal tonight. And I agree with Ali. They haven't done much wrong to a man across the board. They've been fantastic. But it's moments, and it's cruel moments, normally at this stage of a game, that are heartbreaking for an individual, and Gabriel's going to have to carry this, Darren. We say congratulations to Luis Enrique and to the players of Paris Saint-Germain. And let's have a mention for Lucas Beraldo, who's hardly a regular penalty taker, who didn't keep his cool in the most pressurised of situations. And it fell to Gabriel. History was beckoning for Arsenal, but he couldn't put the penalty in the back of the net. And he will, when he turns the light out tonight, the thoughts will just cascade around his mind. He's been magnificent all season, and you know that the players and the staff are going to get around him and make sure he's okay. But that's absolutely heartbreaking for Gabriel and for Arsenal. Paris Saint-Germain are European champions, back-to-back. They're a great team, but they've had to work so hard tonight. It was 1-1 after 120 minutes, but Laura, Paris Saint-Germain have won the Champions League 4-3 on penalties.
Heartbreak for this Arsenal side and Mikel Arteta. They pushed it right down to the wire, and out of all the players, Gabriel has been a hero all season to this Arsenal side. It almost doesn't feel just as it must be.
Laura, he's my favourite Arsenal player. I watch him all season. I take a lot of joy in what he does. He doesn't have to be ashamed of anything that he's done tonight. He has that. He had the bottle to go up there and take it. Okay, he missed it, but he was magnificent in the game. He's been a real leader for Arsenal. Eze as well, you know, actually another player that you just love watching. We see the scenes now, it's hard to take. This Arsenal team can be proud really of their performance and their season they've had this season. Their only big defeat in the competition comes, right at the end of a penalty shootout. So it's gutting. I mean, it was influential. You're taking those pens at that end of the pitch. They handled that really well. But in the end, obviously, congratulations to PSG.
Jack, you just saw it, heartbreaking scenes there. It's going to take Arsenal a while to get over this. Look, their season has been phenomenal. They're Premier League winners. They've got to remember that eventually, but this will take a while.
Yeah, it will take a while, but I'm pretty sure, Laura, that it's not going to take another 20 years to get to a final with this team with Mikel in charge. Yeah, it hurts right now. You can see the players will be devastated, but also you look at the history and what City had to do to win it. They had to lose in the final. Sometimes you have to feel that. Yeah, tough to take. It comes down to penalties, and I actually thought I fancied us in penalties. But yeah, tough one.
Owen Hargreaves alongside us as well. Owen, let's just try and put into words the achievement for PSG to win back-to-back Champions League. It's only been done by one team before.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely remarkable. I mean, to be fair, he's the star of Luis Enrique. The job that he's done from what was a bunch of superstars, he's turned them into a brilliant team. Look, today wasn't pretty. They had to hang in there, obviously. It went to penalty. You feel for Gabriel. What a season he's had. He's been absolutely outstanding. I thought Declan was absolutely fabulous today, but penalties are hard. The biggest moments of my career, I had 4. 2 or 1 Champions League on penalties. With England, we got knocked out twice on penalties. You get the best and you get the worst of it, and it's tough. It's the hardest one you'll have as a player. But Jack made a great point. You got to come back stronger. They can be so proud also of the season they've had. They just missed that final step. And I thought it was a great game plan for Mikel Arteta. But he did a brilliant job of. Obviously, they scored early. I thought Kai Havertz was fabulous. They defended magnificent. But you know what? The margins are so fine, and penalties are brutal. And I think we saw that again tonight.
Right, brutal way to lose the Champions League final. That Arsenal led for 60 minutes, and I guess you have to give credit to PSG, not just for hanging in there for 60 minutes, but managing to equalise, see out extra time, and win on penalties. When, as we said, they've made so many substitutes, guys. They've taken so many of their probably first choice penalty takers off in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, it was 4 defenders that were taking their penalties, PSG, at the end of the game. I want to have a word at Mosquera, how well he played in the game, and again, probably the only mistake he made was for the penalty.
Good boy, he played brilliant, didn't he?
Kvaratskhelia is the best player on the planet right now, and that was a makeshift. He's a central defender in Arsenal playing fullback. So I feel for the fans here as well. They've been giving great support throughout the season. Look, they should hold their heads up high, these players.
Martin Cappy on the other side was the same. He was fabulous.
Absolutely fantastic.
Well, that's it. The team
doesn't even Paris.
was perfect for such a long time, Jack.
It's not even London, so.
Of course, we want the goal as early as possible, but sometimes it comes a little bit early and then you're forced back a little bit. And we expected it to be that type of game anyway. And I thought Arsenal looked really comfortable in their moments, and then a little bit of play on the outside and then some sharp in them areas. You're a millisecond out, and give a penalty away and they're back in the game.
I mean, we won the Premier League at least.
You know, what a journey I think this team has taken the Arsenal fans on. From where they were to where they are now, one of the best teams in the Premier League, one of the best in Europe. They're in a position now where they can strike. That was obviously the architect, the sporting director there with Luis Enrique, done a brilliant job of recruitment. But I'm with Jack. Arsenal are here to stay. For the biggest trophies, have a big summer, recruit well, and they can go again.
And the fans will see that as well. This is going to hurt them, and you can see it now in their faces. It hurts them, but they'll be happy with the way their team performed against, like Stevie said, probably the best team in Europe at the moment.
And you can't do anything, Martin, other than learn from an event like this and a loss in this fashion as well.
It's interesting how quickly they have learned. Under this manager, we talked about the hurt, the pain, and that gives the team oxygen. And look at the support they're getting now. These Arsenal fans, they know that they're at the start of something special. 20 years ago was probably the end of an era. I know Wenger said for 10 years, but as far as that team got, still there's a lot more for this team to come. They've just got to now use that energy, that hurt in next year.
A team as well that's got a number of new faces in it that have sorted in, and each of them have done their part. We just saw there as well, Barry Eze. It's going to hurt him tonight as well, his missed penalty.
And he's been excellent since he came in. The referee held him on so much.
I don't want to say racist.
It takes time. It takes time to understand what he wants when you come up with big goals, come up with big moments, and yeah, that's gonna really hurt him. But they need to use it. They need to use it. They've got a manager who can set them up against probably, well, the best team in Europe, but also a manager that is regarded as one of the best. And, yeah, the players know that. The players respect Mikel and they love him.
Okay, guys, let's get some reactions on the winning team.
No, I don't want to
Jules
say
with Desiree
this
Doué
one was
now.
not racist. This one was just.
Desiree, congratulations! PSG
It feels
have
like
done it back-to-back Champions League winners. Just
placed
how
his
big is
bet
this
on the
achievement?
match.
We are so proud
Referees
tonight,
do that,
so
don't do
happy, so grateful also because it was a tough game against a very good team.
It's a
So
crime
we have to
for
congrats
a
them
referee to come.
because they had a really good season. But
Like, no,
now
for
we just
referee, no,
have to
no,
enjoy as a team, as a family, because I think we deserve it. We deserve it. Look at the crowd, look at our family. We just want to say thank you. I'm just so happy, and I thank my Lord and Savior just
some
trust me. That's what my prayer. I want my prayer to win this Champions League again, and we did it. I'm so happy. So.
What was that feeling like when you had to step up to take that penalty?
No, I think it's part of my job. I try to stay calm every penalty I have to take, and tonight I scored, so this is amazing.
You're the first team since Real Madrid to retain the Champions League trophy. Could this PSG team go down as one of the best this competition has ever seen?
I don't know. You have to tell. But we have to stay humble also. It's crazy. We're gonna enjoy first, and after we're gonna work again because we want more. We are really hungry. We are a young team, and we know we are really ambitious. So next season we have to go again.
Go and enjoy the celebrations.
I know they really will enjoy these celebrations. A team that's guided by Luis Enrique, who's just one of the best to do it.
You know, that was a brilliant point he made there. They're one of the youngest teams, if not the youngest. You know, so they're gonna be around for a long time. They can have a bit. I mean, that's a young one right there, obviously. But this is an exceptional PSG team. And credit also that I thought they frustrated them so much. I've never seen them kind of nullify such a brilliant attacking group. But you know, they've got so many. They had one little moment, didn't they, Jack, with the 1-2? Yeah. And they played one little 1-2, and that's all they needed, that little space.
That's your worry when you listen. What else is Mikel going to do? Is he going to come and go right? We're going to pressure all over the pitch, go man to man. I thought he got his game plan spot and the players executed it, and then yeah, you have to stay focused. It's tough on Mosquera because he was excellent.
Yeah, and I think only twice, the penalty being one of them, was when they got in behind us. And that is something almost to be proud of because they're so attacking prowess. You look at Bayern Munich, what they did to Bayern Munich, and you see the goals were scored in that game. So this guy, I think, is immense. As I say, you get a lot of satisfaction out of watching him play. I thought Kai Havertz was going to be, 2 finals, the winning goal in both finals, and it just wasn't to be.
You've got to look at this side as well and think, look, this is the first time they've been to a Champions League final in 20 years. They've got a manager who's, although he's been there for a number of years at Arsenal, it's his first professional role as well, Jack. And like you say, they'll learn a lot, but you know they're going to be back.
Yeah, they'll be back. And just talking on their defending, their mentality to defend. As much as the ball as they had, I think they had, one shot on target in the first half, which is outstanding. And there's a real desire to protect their goal. And yeah, you look at their back four, they're a good age, they're going to be back next year. We've got a manager who is hungry, he's ambitious, he wants to push, he wants to demand more. He said that before the game about not settling just for the Premier League. And they'll definitely be back, bro. They'll definitely be back. They'll be hungry, they'll be hurting from this, but they'll be back next year.
We've said credit to Luis Enrique, but credit as well to Mikel Arteta because this game I don't think went in the way a lot of people were expecting it to go.
But I think it went the way Mikel wanted it, and I think that's the point. I thought Kai Havertz played instead of Gyökeres because he could play off him. And that's where the goal came from. He came short to get the ball and then spun it behind. I thought Mikel did a brilliant job of doubling up, making it difficult, taking away the space from PSG, which these attacking players had against Bayern Munich, where they exploited brilliantly. I thought the game plan was there. But Jack made a good point. They probably scored a little bit early because they defended so deep. PSG had 75% possession. But you know what? It's, again, we said the margins are so fine, Laura, at this level, and penalties are just one of the best and worst ways to decide a game.
Incredibly fine, one kick.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Arsenal will be back bigger, better, stronger. They'll be in the transfer market. As I say, this is the start, really, I think, for Arteta, the confidence of winning a Premier League. You're just one penalty kick away, really, from becoming European champions. So I think that's a great place to build from.
Yeah, sometimes you've got to experience the hurt to learn those lessons and come back the next time stronger.
Yeah, the history tells us that, Lord. City done the same, I think Chelsea done the same, Liverpool. And it's not nice, and that's probably what was in Arsenal fans in the back of their heads going into this game. Is it going to be the one that we have to learn from? But no, they'll be back because Mikel demands so much, and they'll definitely now have a summer as a World Cup where they'll come back and they'll be stronger.
Just looking at Josh Kroenke there, and I think this has really whetted their appetite. You know, the fan base are in Africa, all around the world, Arsenal fans. You know, this is a huge football club. And as I say, you know, they've gone toe to toe here with. We know this is a very, you know, on the optics, it's a great team to watch, PSG. But I see Arsenal will build upon this. Maybe the attractive football comes back, but they'll keep trying to win.
Yeah. I know, and PSG are also that team that have had heartbreak in the Champions League and have come back, and now they've done it back to back. How much do you think the experience of winning it last year played into this year?
Well, obviously this season was a lot harder, and that was down to Arsenal. You know, PSG actually destroyed Inter last season. And I thought Arsenal did a brilliant job of making it a really difficult game for PSG, but they showed, I think that's the thing they've shown, Laura. You look at the boss there in the picture, it was all about the superstars and the glitz and the glamour. It's not about that anymore, it's about the team. Luis Enrique turned this group of players into a team. They worked incredibly hard. And again, I don't think it was pretty today, Laura, but they found a way to get the job done. And that's what winners do, and I think credit to them.
And the fans as well, guys, that we've just seen there. The Arsenal fans that have travelled follow their team far and wide, and they're going to be experiencing the absolute heartbreak of this Champions League loss. They've got to try and find a way, though, to look back at the Premier League and look at that and say this team are winners, and they can go on and do so much more.
Well, I mean, it's the club in Europe. You know, this is another penalty shootout that they've lost. That's the third now in the club's history. It's not one to try and, you know, you just got to keep pushing until that door opens for you. But these players have been absolutely magnificent to a man this season. I mean, the different permutations of the back four, the number of fullbacks that have played. You know, looking at Declan now, Declan's been immense. That double engine, that twin engine that he's had, he goes off to a World Cup now.
Got a penalty as well.
Yeah, he's been first class.
It's credit to the players, but it's also a big credit to Mikel because how he's turned around this club. You know, I think we were talking before, Martin, about what we were lacking when I was in the team. We were lacking leaders. What were we going to become? We were going to become a team that, you know, we were soft, we played nice football. But Mikel changed that. Mikel's, you know, he's taken every single part of the club. You talk about Josh as well. Josh has really brought into what Mikel's doing. He's aligned everyone, the players, the staff, the fans, and that's why I think they'll come back because it's not built on sand. It's a real process that has strong foundations, and they'll come back from this.
They were billed as the underdogs tonight. They took PSG, well, the defending champions of the Champions League, all the way through to penalties. And I think that's something they can be proud of. Now, as the remaining players get their runners-up medals and Mikel Arteta steps up there as well, let's get you back up to your commentary team. We're going to welcome your Champions League winners, Darren.
Yeah, thank you, Laura. Just echoing the words of Jack and Martin and Owen down there. What a season it's been for Arsenal. Their first Premier League title for 22 years, their first appearance in a Champions League final since 2006, the best in England. But tonight they ran into a team that's the best in Europe and might well be. Harry McCoy's one of the great Champions League teams when all is said and done. The third youngest team in the competition based on average age, talent everywhere you look. And they've won another one. If you win back-to-back Champions Leagues, it puts you in a certain bracket.
Yeah, you're special. And we mentioned beforehand, I think the only time to do it in the modern era is Real Madrid. And obviously they're a fantastic side as well. But I'll tell you what, I will say to you, they never got it their own way by any stretch of the imagination. They won it, it was style last year. They were asked all sorts of questions this year.
Luis Enrique gave the trophy a little hug as he went past it. He's now the fifth manager to win this competition 3 times. He's now level with the likes of Bob Paisley, Zinedine Zidane and Pep Guardiola. Bettini was named man of the match, by the way. He's giving the trophy a kiss on the way past. I mean, this kind of competition can throw up unlikely heroes. I mean, nobody thought Lucas Moura would be the player to score the winning penalty in the shootout, based on the fact he's barely seen the field in the Champions League this season.
No, immense bravery. I think anyone who steps up to take a penalty at this level of stage in the competition are brave. Immense courage. You know, he could easily have soaked with the game time he's at. Top professional.
Well, 12 months ago they made the walk in Munich after a scintillating performance against Inter Milan. It was different tonight. But it is a team of such style
team of wonderful individuals who plays the complete team with a coach as good as any in the world right now. They really are the best around. Ousmane Dembele kept his cool when he had to. Ballon d'Or winner last season, he got the equaliser to get them back on terms. And there is the owner with the captain, Marquinhos, Paris Saint-Germain great in every sense of the word. The most games for the club, and now 39 trophies in their colours. Gets his winner's medal and steps forward towards the trophy. A kiss from the Paris Saint-Germain captain. The biggest trophy in club football. And he walks towards his teammates, a big smile on the face of this manager. They are winners in every sense of the word. And their moment has come. And Marquinhos lifts the trophy high. Paris Saint-Germain, Champions League winners in 2026. Back-to-back Champions Leagues for this magnificent team.
Well, our unrivaled football lineup continues next season with 52 live Premier League matches, comprehensive coverage of the men's and women's FA Cup, plus 186 live UEFA Champions League games in every match from the Europa and Conference Leagues too. You can catch up with Roland Garros as well. 360 is live now on TNT Sports 4. And if you want a bit of rugby, the Gallagher Prep continues. Newcastle versus Sale is tonight at 7:30 PM. That one is on TNT Sports 2. And our sensational summer of sport includes exclusive live coverage of the Tour de France, which starts on the 4th of July, plus the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, which we can't wait for either. We have over 600 hours of live coverage, and it all kicks off on the 23rd of July. Well, PSG have done it. They are back-to-back winners of the Champions League. They lift up their manager, Luis Enrique, in the air. He has changed this club. They are unrecognisable from the team that couldn't quite do it, full of egos. And he's now got a team full of stars that are playing for each other, but most importantly, they play for Luis Enrique, and they have done it again. They've beaten Arsenal in a penalty shootout, a brutal way for Arsenal to lose, but it means PSG get their back-to-back winners' medals.
This programme is brought to you by Bet365, the UEFA Champions League official partner.
TNT Sports, powered by BYD.
Brace yourself for a season to shout about. Because on HBO Max, summer just got bigger.
This is what we want to see.
Man, I can't lie, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off.